What's happening, good people? Listen, this is Urban Intellectuals. I am the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals, and we're here with Sunday Dinner. I'm about to let the group in, let the people in, and we're going to have these soulful conversations for the soul. That is the aim here. We are playing on the theme of going to grandma's house and enjoying conversations over a plate full of food. But in discussing with our family the things that matter inside of the community, and that's what we're doing here at Sunday Dinner. We definitely welcome you to follow along. But if you are a customer of Urban Intellectuals, check your email because you have an invitation to come into the Zoom room and join the discussion. I'm going to do my very best to click in and chime in on the chat. So let me know your thoughts and everything that's going on. No, there's not no physical food here in the discussion, but instead of soul food for the stomach, we're having soulful conversations for the community. So today is January 26, 2025. Looking forward to engaging with you. I'm about to let the people in just a moment, but I wanted to make sure that I took a moment to explain what we're doing and welcome you into the conversation. If you think AM talk radio, right, that's kind of the theme here. We're inviting people to discuss the issues inside of our community, to build and grow with one another. I am looking for my files, right? Looking for the stuff. I just got back from Atlanta. I was at an amazing business conference. I'm gonna talk about this a little bit when I let my peoples in. So I just wanted to give you like a little update, a little background on what you are watching or what you are about to engage. We got a lot of special things happening and moving here at the company. And I am not seeing what I am looking for. Sunday, then let's go. Here we go. Got my video. Welcome to Sunday dinner. It's that time again where we all gather around the table. I know, Grandma. All right, all right. Got that cracking. We are good on this. So I'm gonna have this conversation. Yeah. All right, so everything is getting set up. I'm about to let my peoples in and we're gonna start this conversation. It is 5 o'clock. Let's get it. All right, all right, all right. Hello, my people. Hello, hello, hello. Appreciate you joining us. Hey, Tamiko, how you doing? I see you slid in here on me. You probably caught me talking to myself, huh? Tamiko caught me, y'all.
I was confused. I was like, wait.
Like no one is in here just yet. Like, why is he talking? I went ahead and started, hey, hello, 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 everyone. I'm just changing my name. Y'all know what it is. I'm always coming in at the last second, getting set up. All right, all right, all right. If I had a personal assistant, I always blame that on my my fake personal assistant need. Oh no, what happened? Can y'all see me? Oh, okay. Like my screen just blanked out on me there. All right, all right. One day we're gonna get this all the way together. All right, I want to welcome y'all to Sunday dinner. We're letting the people in. I think we got that going. Okay, so people will come in. I just got back from Atlanta. I've been at a conference all week. So I am committed to being here, right? So sorry I had to push the time back a little bit, but I think these discussions are really important. So I want to make sure that I'm being consistent and showing up in this space. We are about to grow this thing pretty seriously. I am super excited about it all. But let me roll my intro videos and then we get the conversation started. I yes. All right, hold on. All right, there we go. There we go. Man, I feel fragile because I was rushing to get here. All right. I literally landed like an hour and a half ago, unpacked my bag, took a shower. I tried to lay down, it didn't work. But I'm here, I'm committed. I want y'all to know I am committed to this. This is gonna be fun. I got some real exciting stuff coming up. I'm gonna share with you in a moment. But let me share my screen and get it started officially, and we'll
Fre-
have us some good conversation. All right, optimize for that.
Freddie, can you do me a favor? So,
What's
I can't because I'm in my car on my phone and I can't uh deactivate the waiting room. So if you could do that, the three dots at the bottom of the participants,
hmm
that
And
just
then
just uncheck the waiting room.
Three dots
Enable waiting.
under participants.
Right.
Participants can chat with
Yeah.
everyone.
So enable the
Oh,
disable the uncheck the one that says enable waiting room.
enable waiting room. Good. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. All right, I learned something today. Y'all already know if you've been around here in these discussions. I'm not very tech savvy. All right. Yes, we own an internet company. I'm not tech savvy. Go figure, right? But that's just the truth. There's noise in the background. Someone needs to mute. Okay, I'll check that out. But let me get started. Let me get things rolling here with our intro video.
Urban intellectuals. Open your eyes. Urban intellectuals. Yeah. Check. In a world that's unjust, I'm screaming, we love us. Equipped with knowledge, we are dangerous. In a world that's unjust, I'm screaming, we love us. Equipped with knowledge, we are dangerous. Yo, you got the power in the palm of your hands. I mean, literally, 52 flashcards, all about black history. They focus on success and less about misery. Information is the missing piece. Are you familiar with Black Wall Street or the Haitian Revolution? How about Angela Davis or Huey Newton? Mark Dean helped create IBM. Richard Wright was a poet. Have you ever heard of him? Get familiar with your culture. Women like Evelyn Granville probably paid the way for Oprah. Trying to be fly like Miss Bessie Coleman or like James Baldwin. I could be a spokesman. Man, the power of the black fist. What you know about the 68 Olympics? Dick Gregory, yeah, he kept it realer than most. Dr. King was instilling the hope. Let's keep it going. Open your eyes.
All right. Open your eyes. And welcome to Sunday Dinner, good people. All right. I love to play that. Y'all going to see that probably ad nauseum. I got to tell y'all that. I got to be honest. But I really think it sets the tone for who we are as an organization and what we are about and what we're trying to do. Not what we're trying to do, what we are doing here. But welcome to Sunday Dinner, and I am lining up my next video. Y'all know I'm working on it, right? I'm getting it together. How y'all doing? Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. Give me a 1 in the comments if this is your first time watching. Give me a 2 in the comments if you've been here a few times. Give me a 3 in the comments if you really show up for Sunday Dinner. Give me a 0 in the comments if you have no idea what I'm talking about and all of that. Why I dropped my intro to Sunday Dinner. Then it disappears on me. Okay. There we go. All right. Welcome to Sunday Dinner. It's that time again where we all gather around the table. I know Grandma would have started cooking earlier in the day. She might have already been telling us, come on in, baby, and grab a plate and make yourself at home. Today, instead of a physical all right, y'all can hear it. We're feasting on connection, feasting on conversation. We're feasting on the kind of community dialogue that nourishes the soul. We got important topics to tackle, insights to share, and perspectives of uplift. So let's dive in. Just like we would if we were sitting around Grandma's table talking about the things that matter to us most, our families, our community. Let's settle in and let's get started with the conversation. Now, typically, like I said, Grandma would have food nourishing the soul, right? No good audio? Oh, man. Conversation. All right. I'm gonna get it together one of these days, y'all. One of these days, it's gonna be clean, and we're gonna get it together. But I appreciate y'all being here. So I'm talking about Sunday Dinner, right? It was my the audio was working. All right, man. Listen, y'all is messing. Are y'all trolling me? What's happening?
I can hear you.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna let it continue to play now. It nourishes and links us. I'm looking forward to having this discussion. By the way, my name is Freddie Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals. I'm looking forward to engaging you at Sunday Dinner, where the cousins gather around and enjoy the presence of Grandma and Grandpapa's in the back. You already know it's both of their houses. But the family is coming together to have important conversations, community, and connection that's going to bring us together so that we can work together to move forward in the future. If you think about AM Talk Radio, when it was called in, an opportunity to commune and to have your voice heard, this is what we're doing here at Sunday Dinner. So the cousins are gathered around the table at Grandma's table in Papa's house, and we are going to have these discussions. You're going to call in, you're going to raise your hand, you're going to be part of the discussion. That's what's happening. Get ready, grab your plate. Let's dive in to Sunday dinner. Let's dive into Sunday dinner. One day I'm gonna get that video together. I'm gonna stop playing small with all of this. I love this space. I'm committed to building and growing this. So I'm gonna stop playing with y'all. Stop playing in your face. That's what I think the youngsters say. Yeah, I'm gonna stop playing in y'all face one day, right? All right, Deborah, how you doing? Hey, Michelle, I see you in the building. Appreciate you, Dr. Anita. Eunice, Miss Mary, how y'all doing? Rita, Carla, Brenda, Dale, William, Jay Williams. I appreciate y'all joining us today. I saw a couple of new people here today. Anderson Island, Washington. Appreciate you joining us, Michelle. Audio Works got that. All right. Hey, Carol. Yeah, number first time from East Harlem. All right. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody being in here. I gotta I'm gonna try to contain myself, right? Like I'm gonna try to contain myself and get to the discussions, but I got a lot of exciting stuff. I just spent the week in Atlanta at our business mastermind, a wonderful conference, traffic sales and profit. Any of y'all that are interested in business, I definitely say that you should go check that out. It's just a beautiful community. And I heard somebody say, I got my little Omega Psi Phi shirt cup here today, but I had my shirt on, and someone was like, "Well, what do they call all of the organizations, the fraternities and sororities, all as a group? They call it the Divine Nine, the D9, and now they're calling TSP the 10th. So now we got the Divine 10, right? So it feels like a fraternity. It feels like a wonderful organization, full of exciting
I know
entrepreneurs
Joshua had a
to
daughter.
share their insights and information with us all.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna when somebody needs to mute. There we go. All right, I got you. So it's been great. I'm just trying to no. Let me change my language. I am learning to get better so that we can serve our community better, right? Businesses only exist because they serve people and they solve problems. They bring connection and community to what people are desiring, and that's what we're working on. So I promise I will get better and continue to grow. But it was a beautiful experience. There's about 500 mostly Black entrepreneurs there in the building. But there are two really cool things. Well, there's a lot of really cool things, right? I'm not going to give you the whole breakdown, but they have a couple of initiatives in the organization. Y'all can look up Lamar and Ronnie Tyler if you're interested. But they have this youth initiative, right? So youth from about the ages of 5 to 21 are allowed free into the conference and their businesses. And then they create a section where we basically get an opportunity to mentor and build relationships with them. And it just does my soul good to see the young people, how sharp and intelligent they are, the insight and the questions they had. It was just a beautiful experience to see them. And then all week, because I had an opportunity to pour into them. Now, all you hear in the hallways, hey, Uncle Freddie, right? So that was pretty cool to experience and to pour into them. I love that initiative. Then they have a philanthropic arm where each event that they host, which they do 2 a year, now they're moving to 1. They sell the replay for $99 and then give 100% of the proceeds to a nonprofit, which is a beautiful thing. In total, over the last couple of years, they've raised over $500,000 to donate and into many of these different organizations. And the organization that they're supporting right now for the last few events is the Black and Missing Foundation. I don't know if you're familiar with that. If somebody could Google that really quick and drop that in the comments. It's a beautiful organization. It's been featured on HBO and a ton of press. But when Black people and children go missing, it's not shared in the media. It's not shared on the news, not all the time, right? But it's not the focus of this country's intent. Just putting it bluntly, right? You go look up the website, they'll show you the statistics and how other communities are amplified when someone goes missing in their organization. So this organization is fundamental. Hopefully you will never need the organization. Hopefully none of this ever hits your family. Hopefully no one go missing. But if they do, it's organizations like Black and Missing that spend their life. And these sisters, it's 2 sisters that started it. They are dedicated to what they're doing. But it just really feels good to be able to buy a replay and donate into this organization. They've given hundreds of thousands of dollars to this organization, and it's just a beautiful thing, right? And when I saw the 500,000, I've been in the organization for a long, long time, right? So I've seen the years and the donations happen. And you think about $500,000, and Lamar and Ronnie Tyler could pocket this money, right? Because it's literally selling their product, the replay to what they're doing. But they cut the check the following week to these organizations, and it's just a beautiful thing, right? I'm inspired, I'm touched. I do better at like getting a recap together so you can feel the energy and you can see like what's going on. But it's just a beautiful thing, and I love it because the solutions, the problems in our community, we gonna have to solve them, right? We gonna have to solve them. We gonna have to stop playing small and work together and solve our own issues, right? And the good thing is we are beyond capable in doing that. I just think we need to reignite that confidence in one another, that belief in one another, that trust in one another. And I hope that urban intellectuals can play a part in doing that, right? Not only finding solutions, but bringing people together that are solution oriented and that want to make a difference, right? So I know y'all are here because that's the feeling and the movement that we have going on. What's the name again? Black and Missing Inc. Right? So Carla dropped it down in the comments. So thank you for that. The business organization is called Traffic Sales and Profit. So if you spell that out, trafficsalesandprofit.com, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff going on. If you're on school or Facebook in their group, you can just search Traffic Sales and Profit. You can check it out. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Dr. Anita. Beautiful organization, beautiful people. But we got to solve our own issues, and we're capable of doing that. So, all right, got a lot of that out of the way. I'm super excited. I'm super excited, right? I guess I got to say that a lot anyway. But Sunday dinner is growing, man. I had this conversation with my mastermind, with my business coaches, with my mentor, and they're like, "Listen, man, you need to do this live, right? We need to get in the same space, have an actual meal, right? Have an actual meal, and come together and start to build our community and have these conversations face to face, right? So I'm looking forward to doing that. I think I'm gonna do this either the last Sunday of February or the first Sunday in March, right? So I just got to work with Sister Tamiko and get all of the details down and all of that good stuff. So I'm looking to have a premium experience around it to come together and have a real conversation together, right? And then take it on the road, right? Take it on the road. So do it like a national tour with it. So anyway, I'm playing with that stuff in the background. I'm really geeked up over this, right? So that's just something that's coming. I'll stop there, right? I'll stop there. I could keep going on and on and on and on about things that we got planned, things that we are doing. Thank you, Carlos. You say UI is doing that. I appreciate it. Okay. How y'all doing? Right? Like, how y'all doing? I know I came in 100 miles an hour. How y'all doing? Is everybody okay? Right? What are your feelings and thoughts about the first 6 days of the Orange One's presidency that is going on? Hey, hope to take it to Toronto, Canada. I love that because I have never been to Toronto, so I definitely want to do that. Invigorated to act. I love that, Dr. Anita. I love that. I love that. Yeah, okay, let me just throw it out there. Let me open it up. Who wants to jump in and have a quick conversation about what are your thoughts over the first 6 days? And I promise I'll get I get on the agenda. But I was just having a lot. Raise your Zoom hand if you want to jump in on this. I was having a lot of conversations with the community, right? And people are distraught about what is happening. But we better come together, right? When someone tells you who they are, believe them. Boy, ain't that the truth, right? Anybody? Yeah, there we go. Come on in, Tamiko. Jump into the conversation.
Hey, Freddie. So yeah, he's been busy. A lot's been going on. Apparently, the people in his group, they were ready to strike on day one. So they got busy. Nothing that he's doing is a surprise. I think it's a surprise to other groups that uh, didn't think that they would be impacted, and now realizing they're going to be impacted. I'm confident that we're going to pull through because we always do. However, I don't know if everyone understands that this is a time for us to, like you said, get our stuff together, start acting, collectively moving forward, having our own, right? Like, we should be on a mission right now to make sure that we are spending our money with Black companies, making sure our families are okay and that we're all on the same page and we have contingency plans in place. It's not a game anymore, right? It's not a game. The funny thing is when they I was reading somewhere where they're looking at a lot of the executive orders. It's a lot of shoddy lawyering that took place. That a lot of things that were created, not even with a well-trained AI, chat GPT.
Wow.
So there are holes in a lot of it. However, they're literally showing you who they are. Nothing has changed. Like, all the things that we may have thought we've surpassed or gotten past, especially coming out of King Day and having all these things for years, the things that we fought for, affirmative action and all the civil rights. Literally, this man came in with the mission to undo everything, like literally reset everything. And I think people were complacent and they didn't think that it could ever happen again. But this is showing that with the wrong person with the wrong intention at the helm, the money and power and resources, like his partnership or understanding that he has with Elon Musk, a person who doesn't really have feelings, it's dangerous. So we have to really get together, wake up and take action. Like, we have to stop the talking and we have to literally vote with our dollars. There's a talk about boycotting, Walmart and Target because they're doing away with the DEI initiatives because of the executive orders that have been taking place. But it's going to hurt Black companies within those stores. So I'm just putting it out there. When you go shop at those stores, make sure you're buying Black products. Don't buy anything else from those stores except the Black products, because we vote and we make a difference with our dollars, right? And we have to realize how powerful the Black dollar is, and that's our power. So we have to collectively come together and be very strategic in our spending and what we're going to do.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Thank you, and well said. They're saying in the comments. That is Sister Tamiko Cohen. She is our community everything. I was going to just say community manager, but the sister is community everything to what we're doing. So thank you always, Tamiko, for what you're doing, and very insightful, right? But I even push back and challenge you and say, don't buy them in the Black stores. Go to their websites, go to their stores and buy them directly, so they don't even have to share with an organization that's playing in your face, right? We got to stop letting people play in our faces, right? And be serious about it, right? If our dollars matter, right? You start voting. I love what you said. You vote with your dollars, right? You can talk all you want to, but if y'all secretly going to these places and spending, and I get it, everybody can't do it 100% in our food deserts that we live in. We got a lot of decisions to make, but police are getting immunity. They're removing the programs. They're removing the funding in different places. Like, we don't want to be like Emmett Till's mama, right? Like when she talked about it, right? I thought the issues of the Negro in the South was their issues, right? Don't wait till it lands on your doorstep and then be looking for the community to come and bail you out. You better get in this fight right now. And I got a great video. I don't know who this sister is, but when I play the video, it's going to blow your mind. But I want to let Mrs. Dale in to the discussion. I appreciate you, young lady. Please.
Hi, how you doing, man?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. I'm doing great. I have a nonprofit organization, but I just want to say I hope I don't get blown up like I did last time. Yeah,
Okay.
you know, uh, I'm a politician. I'm an intellectual man, and I've started a faith-based organization, and it's called Hopes for the Immaterial. Just put that in your pipe and smoke it a while.
Okay.
Hopes for the Immaterial. Okay?
Okay.
You got my email, you got everything. I bought $50 worth of shit from you.
We appreciate you, young lady. We definitely do. Yeah, let me get that written down. Yeah. Okay, okay. All right. That's all you dropping on us, or you want to keep going?
No, just mull it over because it's built on the point system.
Okay.
Everybody gets 3,000 consecration points and 500 sorries.
Okay, 500.
Okay? And you don't have to pay to enter or anything. I have 5 charter members. If you want to be a charter member, just let me know.
Okay,
That's
okay,
DD Sims. Okay?
okay. Thank
All
you.
right.
We appreciate you. All right, it's a lot going on. Anybody else want to chime in before I play this video? Maybe I'll play the video and then I'll circle back and maybe get your thoughts on this. I thought this was really powerful. It is on, if you're on Instagram, it's on Amanda Seals' page. Like I said, I don't know who the young lady is. I just thought what she said was interesting. Let's listen to the quick video and get your thoughts.
Be part of this. So I'm a little sleep deprived, but my spirit is here with you all. Flying from one site of devastation to another made it impossible not to see the connections between the two. Coming in this morning, recognizing that those who represent the best of our values are now looking for jobs, while those who represent the worst of our nightmares are being released from prison, tells us how much devastation we're dealing with right now. And I think for some people, just like the fire seemed like the devastation came from nowhere, and they might think that what we're looking at right now came from nowhere, the conditions have been set for years. When Donald Trump refused to repudiate the Proud Boys and came back in 30 days with an executive order attacking diversity, equity, and inclusion, that was setting up the brush that now is being ignited across the country. So it's clear that we have no choice but to fight. But for some people, that's going to seem a questionable idea. For the last several years, the notion that we should fight it head on has been somewhat debated. We know now that pivoting doesn't work. We know now that trying to rebrand what we do doesn't work. We know now that what they're coming after is not one form of thinking. It's not Black history. It's not intersectionality. It's not critical race theory. They're coming after the entire infrastructure that has been created from the civil rights movement. So if they have been willing to throw everything that we have accomplished to perfect this democracy onto the fire, then what is our response? What do we have to do differently? We know we have to fight collaboratively, we have to fight collectively, we have to fight creatively, but we also have to fight with an idea that we refuse to allow any of what we have created to be lost. Here's the thing that I want to leave with. It was clear that the reason that we're still fighting this is that they have never given up. The flamethrowers did not give up after the Civil War was lost. The flamethrowers did not give up after Reconstruction. They did not give up after Brown versus Board of Education. Massive resistance was the name of their resistance. What's our version of that? What are we going to do to make sure that we do not give up? So I'm so pleased to be part of this. I do understand that we cannot have a DEI practice that's not grounded in an analysis of why we need DEI in the first place, which is why they go after history, why they go after intersectionality, why they go after our frameworks. You can't fix a problem you cannot name. We at AAPF are all about trying to provide all the tools necessary so we can name where the deficits are in our institutions to be better situated to address them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kimberly.
Just to put it lightly, did the sister put her foot in that or what? right? Like they did not give up post Civil War. They did not give up post Reconstruction. They did not give up post civil rights, and they are collectively fighting. Why are we sleeping? Why are we sleeping? Right? Come on in, brother David. Join the discussion. Raise your Zoom hand if you want to jump in the conversation. I thought that that set things up very well. What say you, good brother?
The fact that they haven't stopped tells you what? That they're not going to change. Who told you that these people aren't going to change? Who gave us the blueprint on how we should be moving? How many warnings have the Black community had concerning how these people really behave? See, we have all of this is a legacy of slavery, and we have a sellout culture. We still have the house Negro, field Negro mentality. We've been brutalized to the point that, you know, you asked a question about Frederick Douglass's legacy since he ended up marrying a white woman later in life. And I pointed out that like a lot of Black leaders, you know, you come in gung-ho, you come in with strong convictions, and then you see how difficult it is, and then you face with the choice of, do I just look out for me and mine because these niggas ain't gonna listen? These niggas don't even read. Or do you keep fighting the fight and sacrifice yourself and dying broke and dying in shame, dying in a jail cell like Marcus Garvey, dying and having everything you worked for destroyed? Because that's what happened to the vast majority of so-called Black leaders, unless of course they sell out. And then our culture has been co-opted, has been subverted. So, right before Donald Trump was elected or took office, you had a lot of people like Vivek. I'm not even going to try to say his last name, but the idea of culture and why they have to hire so many Asians and Indians to do a lot of these tech jobs. And they pointed out it's the culture. American culture is trash. Well, if American culture is trash, then ours is 10 times worse. And ironically, they got Vivek kicked out for stating that truth. But the fact of the matter remains that our culture has been one that don't support excellence. They don't support what Bill Cosby tried to promote back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It is all this stuff we're talking about now, man. It's like it is really too late because we slept on the job. We thought it was post-racial once Obama came in office. We thought integration was the way to go, even though Dr. King himself said before he died, it was he integrated us into a burning house. This is way worse than people think it is. You want to buy Black now? What about when folk was telling you to buy Black for the last several decades? I remember when it hit its height around 2014, 2015. We need to buy Black. We need to support our own. We need to do this. We need to do that. No one listened because every time the Democrats pat some Black person on the head, we feel good about our situation. And then who benefited from all of these civil rights acts? Who benefited from the Civil Rights Act mostly? White women. DEI, white women. The 14th Amendment is the issue that's front and center today. Well, before folk actually made the tie between the birthright issue and 14th Amendment, folk didn't even realize it was about us. The birthright issue where people could come across this border, have a baby, and now that baby is a citizen, that's a slap in the face of your ancestors. You don't even know you're supposed to be mad about it. Your ancestors was kidnapped, sold, brutalized, turned into farm equipment, turned into farm animals, raped, lynched, tortured, and paid a hell of a price to get that birthright, that 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment, in particular the birthright issue with the 14th Amendment. And we okay with folk just being able to just cross the border and have a baby and they good and we don't say nothing? We disrespect ourselves. We could have been buying Black. We could have been doing all this. So now Trump is here and got everybody up in arms. when a lot of us not even really thinking strategically. That's another thing. We are far too emotional when it comes to politics. We don't even think strategically. The way you defeat Trump is absolute unity. Anyone not on that unity kick, you need to ostracize, period. We need to have a code of conduct. We need to codify our existence. This is what needed to happen. And we were told by Dr. Claude Anderson, I'm gonna land my plane soon. We were told by Dr. Claude Anderson that by 2015, we're gonna be a permanent underclass, and the other people of color who we fight so hard for, who benefit the most from what our ancestors really paid the price for, they were going to be eating our lunch, is what he said. Do you think they stop and say, wait a minute, why are we prioritizing and the Black Americans aren't? This is not right. We shouldn't get priority over them. They don't say that. They take advantage. We should feel no one should have been able to come to this country and have priority over us, let alone being put in our neighborhoods and put up in hotels and giving money and giving all these resources. Meanwhile, we struggling. Oh man, it's too late. It's too late for that. What's going to happen is this country is about to be torn to pieces. And if you ain't got a group that's solid, that's united, that could ride out the storm, that's going to be, that's going to, last at least 3 to 5 years, you cooked. I don't care what you think you have. You cooked. It's late. It's too late. It's time to think radically at this point. Because you sat back and you let it happen, and anybody who told you canceled, people canceling Dr. King, people cancel Dr. Francis Crance Welsing. You let folk turn Hotep into a derogatory term. You did that. You did that. You did that. And now we're facing the consequences. So hey, it is what it is. I'm sitting back unbothered. I'm truly unbothered and not worried about it because of what I'm a part of that helps to protect me. But a lot of folk right now, you still thinking white folk is your friend. The Democrats set you up for the fall. They've been working hand in hand against you the entire time. And you sat back and was okay with the very few who made it at the consequence and sacrifice of the other 85% of our community that's suffering. That's on you, and you're going to suffer too.
Okay.
That's my man. That's my man. You got to join my organization, Hopes for the Immaterial. Anybody want to be a charter member? All this, let me tell you, you don't have to pay anything. I give you things for free. I give you things for free. You get sorries and you get concentration points. Sorries, 500 sorry points and 3,000 concentration points. Consecration. I don't know how it's spelled.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
What is it called again? Hope for?
Hopes, not hope. Hopes for the immaterial. Every one of us is the immaterial, man.
Thank you so much.
I love it.
And you know what? We got a mission. You know what our mission is? You got to ask.
Yes, ma'am. What's the initial? What's the
Build 20,000 jobs for Black people. Okay, 20,000. Remember that penny bit? Everybody gives a penny, and we get 20,000 jobs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Just raise your Zoom hand. You want to jump in the conversation? I see you, Carla. I got you coming up after Brother Manners. Come on into the discussion.
Yes, sir. I'm good.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Hello to everybody. Hello to family. I am going to sit back in the future here. This, I guess, till my people get exhausted, then maybe we can get something done because it's been mapped out for our people ever since my mentor, Carla G. Wilson, talk about the miseducation of the Negro. And that's been over 100 years. Well, almost 100 years. Well, for me, we continue to have the conversation, but what are we going to do? No matter how much information that the African American think tank bring to the table, get no response from our community. And it's backed up by major universities. And the information is free. Maybe that's what the problem is. That's where I'm making a mistake. I need to be charging people. Uh, but it doesn't matter who's in office. Until we learn to do for ourselves, we will never be able to move forward. In closing, my parents, most of them had eighth and ninth grade education, but they raised 14 kids and very successfully in my family. Uh, and now we have all this. You often hear African Americans talking about they making six figures and all that stuff here. But look at our condition. Research showed that we are regressing. When my father was working, we used to make 90 cents on the dollar, 90 cents on the dollars, compared to a Caucasian with a high school diploma. Today, we at 53 cents compared to a Caucasian with a high school diploma. So that means we are regressing. We are not moving forward since we have all these civil rights on the table that's available to us. And my people get mad when I tell them that we are some of the most lazy people in America today because we do not invest in ourselves. We are still waiting on some Jesus, and I'm gonna have to put it the way it is, waiting on Jesus to save us. But we won't get up off our butt and do anything to make a difference. We won't put the time in. Now, let me give you an example. Fred put plenty hours. Sometimes he go over 2, 3, 4 hours over because he concerned about the community. That's why I stand with him. Now, in closing, very briefly, I like that outfit you had on there up there in Atlanta, man. I like that with the jacket, but I need to get my copy of that too. But also, I want to say that display that you showed us, regardless of what level, what your station on there, I'm proud of you. But everybody need to see that display. It was first class. Yes. And number three, Fred, you did a great job when you walk through the room. When you walk through the room and talk to different people in there, that was outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Man, like I could talk about what they're doing over there at length, but let me let y'all keep going, right? So, to the new people, to everybody in the seats, right? We want to hear from you, right? Join the conversation, right? We at the dinner. I be talking all the time, right? So I'm gonna try to be quiet. But thank you, good brother. And let me floss my shirt real quick. What are you talking about? I did enjoy it, right? I liked it. I didn't know it was that dope. People like really, really loved it. They're like, man, where can I get mine and all that good stuff. But it is kind of clean, right? So that might be my signature look here in the future, right? But I had an opportunity to do a presentation and share some of the things that I know with the team. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I wanted to show it off, right? I like it. But no, good stuff. Let's keep going with Sister Carla. I got Carla.
Freddie, I just wanted to jump in for everyone that is new. Freddie opened the floor just for everyone to kind of vent or share or say whatever it is they need to say with regard to what's happening the first 6 days of the Trump presidency. We are going to get to the agenda. I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah. We will get to the agenda, right? I promise. But I know we got to get this conversation out. So I was noticing in the comments, Carlos, my bad. Just give me a second here, real quick. I'm noticing in the comments. I know my people are looking for solutions, right? But every platform that we put together ain't doing the same things, right? Like I definitely want to get to our solutions, and I want to build coalitions and things like that. But Sunday Dinner is being built to create a platform of conversation so that we can start having this. People can be heard. We can start uniting and building a relationship together, belief systems together, right? And coalition so that we can start to put together our plans, our agendas, or join organizations that already got it, right? But we got to start having these conversations because it's time to get serious, right? So Brother David was talking about it. Brother Manis was bringing it up as well. We got to get down to the get down, right? And as the sister said, right, they never gave up. They never will. This is when our community is an unbelievable one, but our community is a trusting one. And I'm not really sure why, right? There's no evidence in anything different that this country, this ideology has been for the last several thousand years. This is why I think history is really important because this energy that's pushing you back ain't just here in the United States. It's a global thing and it's thousands of years old, right? And we act like people are better today than they were back then. They are not, right? People have an interest. People are uniting to, let's just say, get that interest and maintain it and create it, sustain it and dominate it and keep it for thousands of years in the future. In short, I like when Brother David say, I'm gonna land my plane. We better get our shit together. Right. In short, right. All right. So Sister Carla, come on in the discussion.
Hi, I just wanted to say that I enjoyed this group, but like you all are saying, we're going to need two different, groups eventually because we all need a platform to vent. But see, it's almost like certain people on milk and some on bread, but certain people get turned off because they are at a certain level and there's just, even with ML King, everybody, there's certain times we have to have just some inner circle leadership group, and then we need to have the Sunday dinner. So that's all I was going to say, because some things that, like, Brother David and Manus, what we're saying, and anything talking about Mr. Orange is just depressing. But anyway, we have to, because we will lose people. And we don't want to lose people because I'm not bringing my family on yet because until we just make that distinction, it's very easy for people to get discouraged. There's so much trauma. So I'm just holding off because a lot of times it's good. And a lot of times I could see stuff they would be off right now. They just can't handle, some people in my family and other family out in the community can't handle some of the things that have been said. They're not ready for it, and vice versa. Some of us are ready for solutions, discussions. That's all I was going to say.
Yeah, no, I thank you for that. And I definitely think you're right. But I guess so the issue that we're having, right, that you're bringing up is it's a leadership problem, right? And it's my issue, right? So, and it's my issue, and I say it's a leadership problem because I haven't been clear about exactly what this space is and what it looks like, right? So I agree that we definitely there is separation, right? So I'm using this to grow platform to have conversations broadly, right? So this would be like the disco lights, drawing attention, right? Getting the community together and drawing in the people so that they can start to have a conversation. The things that we'll do be organized and planned in other areas, right? And I'm just gonna be frank and just say it because we can't put all the plans together in public. Right? Y'all with me on that? Because we put the plans together in public and talk about everything that we're doing. Believe it or not, there are folks out here with this element that would join and sabotage the movement. How do we know? Because there's a long history of it, right? So think of this as a show. Think of this as a discussion. Think of this as the disco lights. We're going to amplify the message. We're going to start bringing people in that are committed and serious, but we'll meet in private. We'll meet behind the scenes. we'll start to organize in a different way. We'll start to move and you'll see energy moving in a different way, right? But here is an opportunity to be heard. I want my community to be heard. I want you to join in the discussion. We need to take notes and figure out what are we going to do, but all of the action and the planning to happen in private, right? Now, I get certain people want certain things at certain levels and they want to do that, but this ain't going to be all things to all people. Not only am I not right for some people, right? I'm not right for everybody, and that's okay, right? That's cool. We not for everybody. The things I say, the conversations that I make just might not sit well with you. You might not like my speech pattern or whatever, right? You might not like the fact that I want to take Sunday dinner and have these soulful conversations and engage our community in a different way. You think I should be doing it this way. Go start that. Like, I'm okay with that, right? But this space, we're going to commune and have discussion. We're going to get excited. We're going to hear thoughts. We're going to learn about things. We're going to be exposed to new ideas and theories and peoples and networks and books and education and lectures. Then we can go out and start to grow and build and develop ourselves. That's what this space is to me. This is what I'm curating. Now, if it ain't your thing, it's okay, right? But if it is, let me cook. Let me cook. Now, I'm going to say this. I've been hiding and playing small. And this last week was a good, I'll say chin check, right? Because my mentor said, and this is, I literally said this to y'all, which is really what the chin check for me. He said, y'all be hiding behind beta launches. Y'all be hiding behind, oh, we just trying to, and I literally started building this around, yeah, this is just the beta. We're just putting it together. But that allows me to not be intentional. That allows me to not lean in 1,000%. That allows me to not completely pour into this space in the community because I'm just figuring it out. We just playing along, right? So this is the last day of that. Next week, we're going to have a different conversation. I'm going to be much more intentional and we're going to move in the right way. I'm not going to play small. We're going to grow this thing big. We're going to get our movement going and we're going to have a wonderful movement. And we're going to start to impact our community first with ourselves, then with our families, then with our community, and then the diaspora. Because ain't nobody coming to save us. I'm consistent on that one. But my promise is I will stop playing small. I'm going to take up space and I'm going to do what my ancestors whisper in my ear and dare me to do. Be great. Have a great impact on the community and leave a legacy of change makers. I don't want my legacy to be what I did. I want my legacy to be who I impacted and then what they did. And then I supported them and helped use the platform, built relationships, built a philanthropic arm that funded the person or the people that are doing the movement, right? Everybody don't got to get the credit, but everybody needs to be involved. All right, I done got fired up. Let me stop. I told y'all I won't be trying to talk on here, but y'all be excited. Come on in, Sister Deborah.
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I got Deborah, Dale, then Sister Gwen coming up next.
Yes, I was going to say that I was kind of sad this week with all the executive orders that came that halted the Civil Rights Division and rolled back the employment equal opportunity, and then said that we wouldn't be teaching the Tuskegee Airmen. So I was saying, wow, I just didn't. I knew Project 2025 was coming. I knew all these different things were firing all the federal workers, DEI workers, and the immigration raids. I knew it all was coming, but it just seemed like it just came so fast and furious. And I don't know how everybody else is feeling, but I was just feeling like, man, I feel like I've been set back 100 years. I even heard that they don't want to have Black History Month in the federal departments, federal government.
They can't do that. They can't do that.
Well, they said they're taking the Tuskegee Airmen off the curriculum. They can't
Oh,
teach about the Tuskegee Airmen.
oh shit.
So I don't know, Mother. They're doing a lot of things that I didn't think they could do. What it wasn't expecting.
Well, honey, I know these people. You know, this is the third reconstruction, like the guy said. This is the third reconstruction, man. I still want you to join my organization. I
Yeah,
tell you, you don't have to
I
pay. I
can
just give you
I
things.
can talk to you about that a little bit. But
Okay.
if this is a backlash after the this is the white backlash, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is the white
No,
backlash
there's a lot of
because
white people that are with us.
what'd you say, Mother?
A lot of white people that'll be with us.
Yes, they will. Yes, they
All right.
will.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
That's all I want to say right now.
Appreciate you, Sister Dale. You can jump in. Then I got Dale, then Gwen, then David, then Brother Manis. So go ahead, Sister Dale. Mama
Okay.
Dale, I got like that.
I'm a
Brother
Dale.
Dale,
You
excuse
call
me.
me Daily Whaley. That's what
Daily
they
Welly,
call
let's go.
me in Bermuda. I'm from Bermuda.
Okay.
Okay. Let me tell you. Okay, hopes for the immaterial. This is what you get. You don't have to pay nothing. I give you things. You get 500 saris and 3,000 consecration points. And then we've got integrities. If you want an integrity, you have to tell me you get one, but you have to ask for it. Hopes for the intellectual. I mean, immaterial. Sorry. Hopes for the immaterial. Because we're all immaterial. Oh, I've made about 10 jobs already if you're interested in developing them. Some of them are in health, and some of them are in service, basically health and service. And oh, the one more thing I wanted to say, crypto. Crypto is the way, baby. You know, one crypto is $104,000. Anybody's got $104,000 can give me one crypto. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sister. I got Sister Gwen, come on in to the discussion.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I kind of came in late to the dinner, so I hope Grandma will forgive me. But anyway,
She
um,
was looking for you.
oh, I almost started not to come, but I just had to after I looked at the agenda. So, anyway, the I am the co-chair for it was supposed to be Pennsylvania, but Pennsylvania is too large. So we broke it down into Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. So the Philadelphia area for the Black Revolutionary Collective. And this organization is an organization that, again, another organization that people can join for free. They're still looking for leadership. And one of the connectives I think that urban intellectuals can do is there is an educational component, and it would be great to be a part for urban intellectuals to just be a part of when I say a part of the educational component, uh, this young lady, her name is Melody Angel, has beautifully already started a information. I have said this before. She already has information for every state, but this organization is not just in the United States, but it's in the islands, South America, Canada, you name it, all over the world. It's global, and many countries in Africa. And so people are ready, and the intelligent thing she's doing with the organization, uh, everybody's looking at their individual area because we're looking at the areas to see what each area needs instead of just trying to make it just a big organization. And so that is the process. But if you go to Black Revolutionary Collectives, you will find already she has a list of businesses. So if you have a business, all you have to do is go there and do it's a connect information and do the connect information, and your business will be put on the list. She does, if you have a website or all of that, that will be asked of you. But other than that, it's everything is free. You can put your business there. And one of the things that, in looking at history, when Marcus Garvey had his organization, the Universal Negro Improvement Association, there was also formed the NAACP. One of the, pardon me, one of the problems that we have as a people is that instead of being collective and cooperative and look at each other as, how can we support each other? Because that's unity. Like Freddie was saying, one organization might not satisfy what you can offer, but another organization can. And that's all well and good. But the organizations cannot be against each other. And that was what happened with Marcus Garvey's organization and the NAACP, because there were times where W.B. Du Bois was against Marcus Garvey. I don't know if Marcus Garvey ever really, I haven't seen that. I'm not saying it did happen. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but Marcus Garvey's organization was much larger than the NAACP, and that probably caused, jealousy or conflict. And we just can't have that now, because I feel this is our last chance. Um, Either we get it right, or we need to leave and go home to Africa, because this country has never been set up for us. It has, and this isn't just this country. I think Freddie mentioned it's globally, because when I was teaching about Haiti and the Caribbean islands, uh, Napoleon didn't want Toussaint Louverture to rule Haiti, just because he didn't feel that any Black person should rule any country. I mean, that is so sick. So there is a whole global piece. And I really personally feel that we need to go back to Africa and take back our continent and develop our continent, because everybody in the world comes to our continent. But knowing that that can happen for everybody, then the energy needs to be put here, and understanding, just having a list, or understanding the organizations that are forming. There's also the Black Project 2025, and see where you fit, and where we fit, and where we can, because it doesn't make sense to keep reinventing the wheel, going back and starting from square one. It makes sense to look and see, where do we fit? Where can we put our energy into whatever fits the best? Between the two, both of them are good, but I know that the Black Revolutionary Collective wants an education department, and that would be a private thing. I don't know if Trump will try to reach into the private sector, but I don't put it past him in doing that, because um, I I feel that he just really wants us gone. But if he can't get us gone, he surely doesn't want us to be educated and empowered by who we are. So that's what I think we need to spend time doing too. This is good. Sit at the dinner table and emote But after we emote, then start thinking about where are we going from here, and really not just talk about this every week, because we've been talking about this for a while. Then really look at what connections can we make. What do we want to do on our own if we want to do something on our own, but what other connections can we make? But not trying to reinvent wheels that are already spinning, that are already turning and are already doing things, because then you give an offer, yes, to some another alternative, but you also are spinning, taking your energy. And I think what has happened in this past week, I was talking to Miss Tamiko, and we had just talked on Monday, and we were thinking that we talked 2 weeks ago because of all of the stuff that has happened in 1 week. It felt like two. So I know that people, as a counselor, I know that people's energy and just mental health is greatly affected in these past couple of days that this man has been in office. But he told you what he was going to do. They told you on Project 2025, and everybody who was thinking, oh well, it won't quite be that way, or they won't let them. It was before us. We missed the ball because some people sat home, some people made different decisions. So now this is what we're dealing with. So, please eat well, get rest, try to lift your spirits. Look at some comedies or something that'll make you laugh and take your mind off of things, and then we'll be ready to work. I'm
Yeah.
through. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. I know I see Brother Manus got his hand up, but I know you said some things that really he talks about a lot, right? Like there are organizations already doing it. We need to join them and all of that. We're gonna definitely dive into that. So I got Brother David, then Manus, then Dale, then Dr. Anita, and Laura. This is what I'm talking about. Raise your hand and participate, good people. Join in the discussion, right? Be heard. Come on, Brother David.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I wanted to because I got my rant on earlier, and it's deserving, because we need a butt whooping for us to even be sitting in the position we're sitting in. But the talk of solutions, and as someone just mentioned about organizations who are doing the work, why not support them? And so I put the link in the chat. If you want to support an organization that has farms, I mentioned before, I got 6 months worth of food in case of emergency from the farm that we have. You want to support an organization who's dealing with the mental health issues in our community. When you become a part of the nation, the first thing that you do is go through a process dealing with your mental health, a type of therapy, and it's every Friday, and it's free and open to the public, but specifically the members who join and become registered. It's a process we have, because the major issue we have in our community is the trauma someone mentioned earlier. There's been experts to link our trauma today to what we went through in the Middle Passage, during slavery, during the era of lynching. All of it has had an effect on us, and this effect is the reason why we can't come together. Okay, so we deal with that upon getting involved with the nation. We have our own educational efforts. Our children that goes through our educational program are top students in the world, not just the country, in the world. We have strategic partnerships with HBCUs and other organizations that's producing doctors and farmers and things that we need for our community. We want to talk about convict rehabilitation. A lot of people in the nation back in the back in the 60s, it was known that a lot of those folk who came out, they came from prison. They were the only group with the success rate of rehabbing former convicts and people on drugs and hard drugs and getting them to quit without medication and all this other sort of stuff. Just getting them to quit just by telling them who they are and showing them who they are and proving to them who you really are. You know, history is a big part of this effort. Training, having security for our neighborhoods. I know specifically here in Dallas, and I know across the country, but when there is a Black event going on and they want to make sure it's safe, who do they call? And we don't even carry guns. It's because of the presence that we have and our commitment to the community, our dedication and the discipline. All of that thwarts a lot of BS from the dope. So training for because you know, someone mentioned Project 2025, and I have my own personal feelings about that. But if you worry about the Proud Boys and all these other groups, you're gonna need some security in your neighborhoods. We have that. Training our youth for excellence and having an infrastructure that's not just in America, but in the Caribbean, the South America, in Asia, and Africa. We have that. What we don't have, and it's largely because of the Jewish power in the media and in our politics, it censors what it is we're trying to do. We've been kicked off all social media. We've been allowed back on slowly but surely, but during the height of this censorship era, we were kicked off all social media. So we can't even really get the word out unless you heard, unless we end up knocking on your door, which we do. We go door to door. We go to door daily and give a good word to our community and help clean up. And I'm not talking about door to door in nice neighborhoods. I'm talking about the neighborhoods that police are scared to go in. We go there unarmed and dealing with our people, which is why we have the respect of our people. So I put a link in there. You want solutions? We have solutions. And you don't have to join or any of that. But if you respect the work we do, click that link and donate so that we could continue doing it and so we could do more. Because at one point, the community was really heavily supportive of the work of the nation. But again, the more they made Black America feel like we were post-racial, the more it made America feel like we was making strides and using leaders and entertainers as mannequins, selling you this false dream, the more folks started to turn away and thinking, well, you know, we got this over here. We got Barack Obama. We got this. It's all been proven not to be right and exact. It's not true. It's not putting our people first, which is why there's a lot of fear in the community right now over what Donald Trump is doing. And another thing, before I go, please, the link is there. Click on it and donate. But no, I lost that thought. I'll probably come back when I'll probably come back a little later, but I lost that thought. But thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. You know, we got to unify, right? We got to unify. We got to stop playing these games. And I know some people will say, you know, I don't know, I support the nation. You know, my God, Y'all know how I feel about that. Like, let's keep that separate. But the nation is doing the work, right? Everybody's talking. The nation is working. They got a blueprint. They got a plan, and it works. Brother Manis, come on into the discussion. Sister Dale, I got you next.
First of all, David is dead on point. David did on point here, but David need to take a time out. I'm just make a suggestion. A lot of people, there's two parts to the nation, and we get tied up with the part with when we get to Farrakhan. Now I support Farrakhan in some of the things he say, but that's one part of the nation. When it comes to education, they are spot on. And the reason why we are not embracing the nation is because we allow Caucasian to tell us what needs to be done and fake leaders, especially religious leaders. Now, when it comes to the nation and Kwanzaa, if you put those two together, you will see everything we need is in those two formulas. And I'm using formula. But if we take the time out, whether you agree with it or not, at least check it out. The nation, the other part of the nation, I'm not talking about the religious part, I'm talking about the life skill part. Put that together and put together Kwanzaa, the information from Kwanzaa, instead of some of my Negroes keep talking about Kwanzaa is a religion and throwing everybody off track. We need to move forward. So I support David. Before I say the second part, and I'll be very brief, when I was talking to Fred, I was talking about your jacket, not your shirt.
Oh, you saw that. Okay,
Come
okay,
on, man. That's my job to check everything out.
okay.
Yes. So, but I see that display, and the reason why I'm going back to the display because it was a lot of great organizations in there, and I would be reaching out to you because we are going with Sankofa. I'm telling my people now, and I'm telling you point blank, we are going with Sankofa through the urban intellectual. All them other organizations, all that, because I'm with an organization, and like I say, I'm in a room where we dealing with $2 billion. I'm talking about the city of Jacksonville, and I keep saying it, and I'm putting this information out so people can say, well, people just saying this. No, you can Google it yourself. But the point here, we can do everything we need to do through Sankofa, Urban Intellectuals. All these other groups, you can be a part. You can be a part of the group, but all these other people coming out the new woodworks and all that, we not going with that. Well, I'm not going with that. And if you get in the way of Urban Intellectual and Sankofa, I will run your ass over. Thank you.
Man, my man. Hey, we need some tanks. We need some supporters. I definitely appreciate you, brother. Sister Dale, Mother Dale, come on into.
How you doing, man? How you doing, man? No need to be nasty, man. No
Yes,
need to
yes.
be nasty. I call you guys you people because nobody here thinks I'm black. Come to Staten Island. It's groove packed. Oh, you don't know your history now. Did you know about the first Reconstruction? Anybody know about what happened in the first Reconstruction? Put your
What
hand.
happened?
Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
What
Nobody.
time? Like,
Tell us
what
about it.
time?
There were almost all black politicians after the first Reconstruction, and they were Republican. That's all I got to say.
Okay, okay.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. This is a fact. Dr. Anita.
Okay, let me unmute myself here. I have thoroughly enjoyed the chat and our conversation, and I'm with both sides in terms of this being, like I always say, where I get my fire. And at the same time, I know there are some people on here looking for their path. And I wanted to bring back up, and I know I keep bringing it back up because this is where we start. And
Make you big. Hold on. Wait a minute.
okay,
There we go.
this is where we start
Yeah,
with
upgrade.
ourselves and the people that are within arm's reach of us, our families, and then rolling into our communities and then into the diaspora. We can't help anyone until we are strong enough to help ourselves. Now, people on this call, I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir. So I know we've got our stuff together. And I know you're making sure that your family has their stuff together. Now we need to make sure that each of us reaches out to help. And I know someone said in the chat to help the weak ones, the ones who don't know and aren't sure where to go. I'll be honest with you, he don't scare me a bit. I know there's some people who are, fearful of what a fear is not what he brings out in me. More anger, more invigoration, more challenging, more I got this. He will not win if we do what we're supposed to do. Manners, I'm remembering this. Your 4 points: rebuilding our families, an Afrocentric education where we remind our students what their history is on the one hand, and on the other hand, move them forward through STEAM courses, careers, and so forth. No longer so focused on the service industry, but more focused on the sciences, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Taking care of our health so that we are strong enough and that we're not beholden to pharmaceuticals to keep us moving. And then, of course, our collective economics. Manish, you brought this up, and I'm all about a game plan. This is up on the wall in my study here of where I'm taking my children to go. So January is resolution time. Where are you? What are you doing? Where do you fit in here? And who do you know that can fit in here with you? There are a lot of organizations out there who are already putting forth the effort, and Sister Gwen gave us a couple of them. Let's keep that list going. Let's start collaborating with people who are already out there doing what we need to get done. I've already reached out to the nation here in the Houston area to tour their farms and to find out what's going on. I'm out here in the suburbs. I'm not in the city. So I know I need to get my act together. Make sure I know where my food is coming from. Make sure I'm already buying Black and Half for at least the last 35 years. So that part I'm preaching to the choir. But I'm really saying that it's not impossible. Don't be scared of that man. He is just that, a man. Yes, a powerful man, but a man nonetheless. Don't be scared of what God created, because he created you too. So that's my piece.
Mm, Don't be afraid of what God created. He created you too. I love that. I love that. Brother David, you back? Then I got Sister Dale. If you're interested in joining the discussion, raise your Zoom hand. Come on in here. Come on in the conversation. Don't be afraid. And I love that. Let me, before you go, brother, I love that, of course, because as a Garveyite, right? I love the Universal Negro Improvement Association. I think we got to start, is exactly what she talked about it, with self. All of this starts with us. We got to educate ourselves. We got to continue to grow, understanding, and learning so that we are beneficial to our families, our community, and the diaspora around. And you pulled out Brother Manis 4 points. Like, I love that. I love it's up on my wall. Sister, I need to interview you. Tamiko, can you make sure that we get Dr. Anita on our Sankofa Speaks podcast, right? So we're going to break that down, because what you're doing, building out the blueprint, sharing it with the next generation and the family, like we need to create the template off of that. And you're like a good voice for that, and then we can start to duplicate that in and around in other families, right? This is how we strengthen ourselves. So I love that. Brother David, jump in here.
Yes, sir. I appreciate Brother Mansa making that observation, because I am in a nation, but I didn't mention religion because of what that does to people when they hear anything relating to whatever particular religion. And that's largely because the European has done a great job in misrepresenting what religion actually is. And the sister, Dr. Anita, the image she put up of that looks like a target made me say, well, you know what, I might as well just speak on it, because that's exactly what the message of what's in scriptures is telling you. It's about improving yourself. And it's told to you in all these stories that are allegorical and or figurative. And it even says that in scriptures. It tells you flat out that these stories are allegorical. And when they've been misrepresented by the European to make you think that you're reading history, or making you think that you're reading stuff that's actually true, only 25% of it is actual history. The rest of it is examples of what civilization looks like as it rises and falls. And if you have slavery for centuries, you're going to have someone come along, because of the outcry and the longing of the people. You're going to have someone to come along who answers that cry and to bring understanding to what it is they are going through. So, I mentioned that we do therapy as part of the process of becoming a registered member, and it's open to anyone every Friday at 7:30. Go to any of your local Nation of Islam mosques. And I happen to conduct the class here in Dallas, and it's growing. But what it is that we're growing into what's called an actual human. Right now, we are behaving like beasts, and as a people, to improve our community, we have to improve ourselves. So we have a class called Self-Improvement, the basis of community development. And what it does is we go through scriptures and show you how the scriptures is telling you about the forces inside you that you have to overcome the negative forces in you. We're taught that the European is the final manifestation of the negativity that was in us. It was brought out of us for us to experience. So we could see what it is that we were engaging in thousands and thousands of eons ago before they even was on the scene. This has nothing to do with him. This has everything to do with us and dealing with us. And our choice is simple. Are we going to continue to run up under the smiling white folk, the friendly acting white folk, and accept every lifestyle they give to us because they tug on our moral character? We feel we want folk to have the freedom to express themselves and have the freedom to live, and all of that stuff is great. That don't mean that you're supposed to ally and align with any and everybody. It may go against who you are as a person and as your culture. So we are learning to count on ourselves, the God within ourselves, to be able to do for self, to love education, to love your family, to love your community, to have discipline, to have conviction, and to be solid. These are the things that religion is really supposed to be teaching you. And if it's teaching you anything other than that, then you got the wrong thing. So I appreciate the sister putting up that target, because at that center is self, and that's where it starts. And anybody teaching scripture that ain't telling you that it's all about self-improvement and finding the God within you, because that's what Christ was teaching people. Christ was telling you that you could do all the things I'm doing. And if you do it, and if you submit yourself to dealing with your lower bestial nature, then when people see you, they will see God. That's why when they saw him, they say they was looking at God because he reflected God. That's what that means. So it all comes down to undoing this trauma and this damage that slavery and dealing with these people for the last 400 and 6,000 years, respectively. That damage is what we're undoing so that we could be more humane, and not just to others. We can't just constantly be looking out for others. We gotta love ourselves enough to take care of ourselves and our families, our neighborhoods, and our community. And that's what the Nation of Islam is all about. That's what we teach, and that's what we put out there. So so I thank that sister for putting up that target, and I'm curious to know if she got, heard back from someone in Houston, because if she hadn't, I could definitely put her in direct touch with someone. Peace.
You want to jump in there quickly, Dr. Anita? And then I want to let Brother Howard in. Brother Howard hasn't figured out how to raise his hand, but he's been trying to speak. So we'll jump in next.
Right. I did it right before the holidays, and we've had a little bit of weather issues and everything going on here. You know, we've had a blizzard here in Houston just last week. So I can't fault if they haven't gotten back with me. So, but if you know anyone in the Houston area, I'd be happy to take that information. I appreciate it.
Brother David, if you could just, direct inbox her.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Right quick, right? Let's take some action on that. I love that. Brother Howard, you all right, you got your mute?
Yes. So I was the one that put in third Reconstruction. And Reconstruction, the first Reconstruction was after the Civil War. And basically at that time, the slaves were free. We had the right to vote. We had Congress and congressmen. So basically we had land. And then Reconstruction came. And after Reconstruction, it meant reconstructing that Southern enslaved mentality. We had Jim Crow put in place to suppress us. They say that there was probably 40 to 50 years until Martin Luther King and Brown versus Wade. That was our when we basically had civil rights and other things. But there was a backlash after that. We had Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and a lot of leaders that were killed, and we were forced back into the second Reconstruction. Since that time, we came out of that. We made strides. We had people that were put in Congress. We had Barack Obama elected as president. And then came third Reconstruction. We could listen to Sarah Palin, that basically in some ways were inferring that Blacks had inhabited our house. So there were a lot of subtle things that probably over the last 20 years that we've heard messages. If you were paying attention, then you would have heard people talking about strides. And we wind up seeing all of this suppression to affirmative action and other types of things. So right now, we basically have had Trump do away with everything that has happened, I'm going to say from the 80s on, where we thought that we made progress, to just sort of wipe it out in one swoop. And this is our third Reconstruction period where there's reclaiming by white people that this is their land and basically they own it.
Okay. Thank you for joining that discussion, brother. Glad you got figured out. We got to get you to I got you next, sister there, mother there. We've got to get you to figure out the raise your hand. So if you're on the desktop version down at the bottom, if you have it fully expanded, you'll be able to see literally it says raise hand. There's a little thing with your hands. You see it? And if you have the screen small, you got to click the three dots first.
Yeah, no, it's expanded, but I don't see it across the bottom.
Do you see the green share?
Yes.
Look to the left of it.
It says AI companion.
Interesting.
React.
Reactions, yes.
Okay, so it's in reactions. Okay.
Good.
I'll know from now on.
Sorted.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
and then you're welcome, brother. Thank you for your comment. Sister Dale, Mother Dale is next, coming up, but I also want to throw out, let me try to pivot to the agenda. I can't believe we're an hour and a half in already. Like time flies when you're having fun.
Excuse me, brother. My name is Laura, and I had my hand up for quite a while.
Laura, did I skip you? I'm so sorry.
Yes, you did.
Mother Dale, do you mind if Sister Laura jump in here? I'm sorry, Laura.
She just earned an integrity in my organization.
Thank you so much, Mother.
Laura McCoy.
Thank you, Mother. My name is Laura McCoy, and I am a third generation from the plantation. My maternal grandmother, who I'm named for, was a slave. I grew up in abject poverty, public housing, sleeping 4 people to a bed, raised by a single mother who today actually would have been her 95th birthday if she had lived. She died of natural causes. She instilled in me this fierceness and this determination to raise up out of poverty. And I knew for myself, the only way for me to do that was through education. I want to say this, and I want everybody to please listen to every word I am saying. We are in a genocide. We Black people, all along the diaspora, are being intentionally and systematically annihilated. We're being eliminated from the planet. There is an urgency to what we're doing here today. The house is on fire. Every room is burning. And it's not just the roof. So while we're sitting here, this person is this person got on that person, she's sleeping with him, and this, that, and the other people, they're continuing to think of ways and enacting legislation, laws that intentionally get rid of Black people. Every policeman in the United States has qualified immunity now that President Trump is in office. That means it is open fire on you, me, everybody else who's Black or they think they're Black. He has also instructed the courts not to hear any cases about civil rights. So that means that if you are discriminated against publicly at a job, in a store, the courts no longer have to listen to it if they don't want to. President Trump controls Congress as well as the Supreme Court. So you all of us here are intelligent enough to do the math. If these are the facts, and you can look them up yourselves, I may have the language is slightly incorrect, but the heart is there. So what does that tell you? If somebody is trying to kill you and you know it, why are you sitting around arguing about who can help you? If another black person needs help, help them. If they need a pair of shoes, give it to them. If you got a dime and they need a nickel, give it to them. Come together now, because we're not going to have another chance. This is real. You all saw, and if you didn't see it, you should go online and look at the inauguration of the President of the United States of America. A man made a Nazi salute. And I don't care what he says it was, that's what it was. Not once, twice, 3, 4 times. We saw people on January the 6th walking through the Congress of the United States of America with Nazi and Confederate flags. What more do you need to be convinced? Stop all this, excuse my language, bullshit.
Busy bees.
Stop all of that bullshit. You worried about who got what, and they're still giving it to you. Just so that they can take it from you and say, see, we gave it to them. They couldn't even get together and spend it correctly. They know what they're doing. We know what they're doing. There are organizations that exist like this one. If this one isn't good enough for you, find another one or start your own. But let's come together. I'll say this and then I'm going to close. If you all know your history, the Memphis bus strike is an example of the type of actions we should be taking as a black community. Every black person in Memphis, Tennessee didn't take the bus for a year. Not 2, 3 days, a year. You bet not have got on that bus. You bet not have got on that bus if you was black. What is wrong with us that we cannot come up with a similar action that shows that we are sick and tired of being sick and tired? I have a friend who's a poet, and she said it, and I'm going to say it to you. I'm a retired slave. I'm not marching anymore. I'm not singing any more songs. I'm not sitting in the street. I'm not doing none of that. What I'm going to do is the actions of showing up to places like these, to black spaces, and bringing the word that we, all of us, have within us the power to change this narrative. When my sister was Muslim. She was in the first resurrection, and I got to observe the nation from that lens. When she passed, there was a gathering at her house, and I saw this sister come in, and she had a small pot of rice. And that's all she had, but she bought it. She showed up. And that stuck with me for almost 20 something years now. Everybody has something to contribute, even if it's just your presence. And I want to thank you all for listening to me today.
All right. Thank you, sister, for that. Sister Dale, you up next. I want to introduce some of our agenda, right? So you can talk about wherever you want to take it, but I do want to put that on the table and y'all can raise your hands, right? Because I love it. The sister talked about what are we gonna do, right? We got to get into. We kind of need to get into our solutions but rebuilding the family, right? So I up here, I got the power of Black legacy. What are you leaving behind? What does it mean to you? How are you building it for your family, your community, and the generations? I love that Dr. Anita, it's one of the reasons I want to talk to you, sister, is adamant, right, about training and teaching and exposing the young adults and the young parents in her family and moving them forward. I love that. So I'm wondering, how are you doing that in your family, and how can we continue to build on that? And over this time, listen, you're gonna have to get your money right. So let's turning the next 4 years into opportunity. How can we get into Black wealth building? So I want to start putting those questions on the table. But I got sister Mother Dale, and then Brother Manis up next. So Mother Dale, you're up.
Hello. I want you to call me. I'm getting a new name. You want to know my new name?
Come on, what is it?
Macha Patriarch. Macha Patriarch.
Mother Patriarch?
Yeah.
I
I'm a
like it.
matriarch and a patriarch. Okay, enough of that. Dr. Anita Lewis and Laura McCoy, listen up. You have 3,000 consecrations. What are you going to do with them? Okay, you want to be a charter member of my organization? Okay, let's see now. I'll give you, oh, you want an integrity? Anybody want an integrity? Nobody wants an integrity. Well, you get one. Thank you.
Okay, Brother Manis, jump into the discussion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, we we are going to move forward here. And when I say that, we have Sankofa and urban intellectual. And I'm saying that again because we have everything we need. Only thing I'm waiting on as far as the think tank is concerned is that steering committee or the board. Because there are some in-house things that we definitely need to talk about here so we can move forward. But are we in the position here once we get organized? And I'm not talking about all of us. Once we get organized, we should be able to do $1 to $2 billion per year. I'm talking about Sankofa, and be able to bring a large amount of people in the game. And the reason why I say that because I'm not interested in everybody. We don't have time for that. We'll all be dead and gone if we'll be waiting on everybody. All we need is really a solid 100,000 people. Well, really, we can start out with 10,000. Uh, but the goal is to get 100,000 people. And we invest in what we need to do in America and in Africa. That's very important. In America and Africa and other places around the place. But the main is in America and Africa. Now, when it comes to the different names and the different organizations, I'm not interested in that. I am interested in Sankofa and the urban intellectual and the think tank and anybody else who fall up under uh, the urban intellectual umbrella. Let's get that clear. I am standing with uh, the organization, and it's very important, people. It's very important, people, that we put our personal agenda to the side for a minute so we can move forward. That's one of the biggest issues here. But we have a leadership problem. Our research show, and I'm connected with a lot of institutions, African American, most of them are Caucasian here. And one thing we fail to do, we do all the bad things Caucasian do, but none of the good things, because they do some good things, just like the Asian, just like other nationalities. We can learn from them, but we are the first in the world. Why are we having so many problems? Because we have a leadership problem. And let's make it clear, we have a leadership problem. Now we have the information we need to uh the sorry about that, the to the Masonic order, which is a great order. When it comes to uh Kwanzaa, That's a lot of information. Whether you like the guy or not, I don't care. What I'm concerned about is the information. We are the only people, in closing, we are the only people in America that buy what we want and pay for what we need. Thank you.
That's real. That's real. Okay, that's good. We got all the hands down. Right. All right. So I love the conversation, the direction that we're going in, but like let's continue to move forward with solutions. Let's dive into the things that we can do. Like what does it look like? I'm just looking through the list here. I would say, I guess my question, well, let me get this question up. Like what does unity look like, right? Because I think we all agree that it's time for us to come together and we got to stop playing small individual ball, and we need to, instead of the fingers separate, right, we need to form the fists and start to coming together. So what does that look like? Like what does unity look like in the diaspora, right? Yeah, what does unity look like in the diaspora? I want to put that question out there. And
That's
how can we
spirituality. That's
strengthen these
spirituality,
connections?
brother.
Say it
That's
again.
spirituality. That's what it looked like.
Okay.
It's spirituality. We are spiritual people. We are not religious people. Once we realize that that's the big bamboozle, because we have the research to show we were more successful when we were more spiritual people than religious people. Thank you.
All right.
What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
That's just my opinion.
I trust the Lord.
We
Well, I
appreciate
think
your
what
opinion,
that
but
means
it's a
is
good question. Well, what does that mean, right? Like those are words. What's the definition behind it? Everybody don't got the same definition about
yeah.
words, right?
I
Like we have
think
to.
I think it means religion is spirituality is deeper than religion. Religion could be just like I don't know, like rote. You do it because someone says you got to do it. Religion, but spirituality is deep. Something that deep comes in from the heart. Is that right?
I'm not gonna say if it's right. I don't know, right? Like I wish I knew. I can't. Sister Mother Dale is up next, so we let her dive in the conversation into the question. But I thought that it was a good question, right? Like,
Thank you. Thank you. First, I want to give Manus Musa 2,000 consecrations. If you join my organization, you get 3,000. The problem with the hopes, join hopes for the immaterial, and we'll work on it. I think that he deserves 2,000 consecrations. That's all I have to say. You get 500 worries, sorries. No worries, just sorries.
sister,
And
I
you know
gotta say,
what?
I love you to death. I gotta say, let's stop the promotion, right? Like we're here for a conversation. Let's dive in. I love you to death,
I just
but
want to
like,
say one more thing. He gets an iniquity. He gets
okay,
the
all right.
integrity. Integrity. He gets
All right,
one.
but we got to stay on. Let's stay on task. Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on conversation, right? I'll just say this, like from a business perspective. I want y'all to know this. I'll talk to you. I think you can. I think you can appreciate that. I'm just gonna tell you how I feel, and I'm gonna be honest with you. This space is a dope space. It's a great space. It's a great place to get in front of an audience, in front of a lot of people. But I want you to know directly, we've paid millions of dollars to be able to create a space like this. And I just like when I put up advertisements and people are promoting their business under the advertisement, we ban and boot them. I pay money to get in front of people. Now, if an organization, a business, or anybody else want to get that, you can advertise somewhere else, or you can pay us and be our sponsor. But it's fun. It's engaging. This is a nice space. I love it. But I want you to know, for the last 10 years, I've paid millions of dollars. This is not a game. I'm not joking with you. If I pull up my Facebook, you will see that Meta is getting millions of dollars from this organization to build spaces like this. And I take it pretty seriously. Now, I let it go time to time, but I want you to know this is my space. I paid for it. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it, but I paid to have people here. When you see those ads, you see those emails, them emails that go out, them texts, I pay for that. It's fun. I appreciate it, and I'm serious about growing the community, but this is why I talk about profit. I pay to create this space. This ain't an accident. Didn't nobody bless me. I paid to do this, right? And I'm serious about it. And I'm serious about it because I told y'all I'm gonna stop playing with you, right? I'm about to lean into this and we're gonna get serious. And I had a conversation because I want you to know I'm gonna be vulnerable real quick. Last year was my hardest year in business. I had to fire people. I had to have people hours. I had sleepless nights. I should have did it 12 to 18 months earlier because we weren't cash flowing. So I was funding it. Right? I got a family. I got children. I got dreams. I got want to build nest eggs too. I paid for this. So we're going to keep the main thing the main thing. And in here, you know what the main thing is? Urban intellectuals and our movement. Now, if somebody got an issue with it, you don't got to be here. I paid to get your attention. Now, can I keep it? I don't know. But I want you to know I can't keep letting you just promote what you got going on. If you want to promote, pay me some money and I'll give you space to do it.
Right.
I love you. I love everybody that's here, but this is a business. This is a business. And if the business don't profit, the space is going to go away. Why? Because I'm going to go do something else that make money because my family got to eat too.
That's right.
Right. And I'm not asking for your sympathy. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just telling you the facts. But if we don't turn it around where we're profitable, all this go away. Ain't no talk about what we about to do, not at least in this space, ain't gonna be here. Right? So when I create a platform, you can't come on this platform and just advertise what you're doing. Now I'm gonna give it to you once or twice, but if it becomes a habitual habit, you ain't gonna be here. I paid millions of dollars to create this space. That brand, you see that UI, it's not a game. This ain't a game. I would have much rather to have that money in my pocket today. Let me tell you, I promise you. I've spent millions of dollars. That don't make us a million. That don't make me a millionaire. I'm not. Right? So when you see our ads, you see these spaces, respect my business. Come on. You're my elder. A lot of y'all are my elders. I respect you to death, but respect my hustle too.
Yeah.
Naomi Taylor, baby boy, right? This is my mama right here. That's my mama and my daddy, right? I'm gonna respect my elders at all times, but respect me. Just because I'm younger than you don't mean you can just come in here and do anything you want, right? Respectfully, as they say. Respect me. Respect what we're doing. I'm here to serve you. We're literally building a business to invest in our community to make a difference in people's lives. I'm trying to continue Garvey's legacy. God, my brother, man, Mrs. Carter G. Woodson, my frat brother, right? The same mission, the same effort, but it costs money. You're not here because you love me. You are here because those emails, those texts go out, and I pay those bills consistently. Sister Tamiko, I love her to death, and I know she will work for free just like I will. But I pay her a salary every week, 2 weeks. Payroll go out every 2 weeks. Whether y'all buying flashcards, supporting classes, going on trips or not. And oftentimes, and the Sister Tamiko will tell you, for years, I don't take no payments because I'm investing my time, talent, money, and future into this organization to build something special for our community. So please, please, please don't disrespect me. Please don't take my kindness for weakness. Because when I turn, it's going to be nasty, right? And y'all will see that. You will see that energy from time to time. Because what they say, sometimes you got to pop out and show, right? All right. Now, this is fun. I'm easy going. Be easy with me then. But just because I smile and I laughed, I'm not soft. I'm not weak. But I told you I'm coming to play now.
Let's play.
I'm about to bring my effort. You're going to see my A game. You have not seen my A game yet.
Yes,
I've been
sir.
giving you
Yes,
65%.
Yes, sir.
I'm coming to work. And
Yes,
everybody
sir.
ain't going to like it. It's going to get some toes going to get stepped on. But this space ain't to promote what everybody else got going on. I'll create a sponsorship opportunity. I'll run an ad for you, but you're going to have to pay to play because I bought this space. Now, if you want to create your own, go do it. But I know what it's going to take. It's going to take money. You want to replicate what I'm doing, it's going to take 7 figures at a minimum. And then you got to have some sauce too. All right. I'm sorry I got on my, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Let me just be clear, right? I'm not sorry. This is exactly how I feel. Don't disrespect my platform. Don't disrespect my platform. And I'm going to use mine, MY. This is my show. You want solutions? You want to build something that go do that. Don't try to tell me how to run this. This is my show. I don't want to disrespect anyone, but I'm not going to be disrespected. It's just not going to happen. Brother David, jump in this conversation. Get me off my soapbox.
Wow, you gonna bring me in after all
after
that?
all that.
No, I wanted to just make a couple of suggestions as to what spirituality is, because it does play a part in our unity. So the definition of spirituality is the quality of being concerned um, with the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things. And then when you look at spirituality, you normally have principles associated with that. Um, for example, with my art, you have truth, justice, harmony, balance, order, propriety, and reciprocity. And then you have after those principles, you have uh, more like sub principles that are you dedicating yourself to, not stealing, not committing sin, not killing, and all these other sort of things. And doing all of that religiously, because religion is what you do. It's not some concept of God. That the truth is religion is what you do. So for some people, when you're in trouble, you turn to liquor, where liquor is your God or your religion. And some people turn to, I would say, history and entrepreneurship is a big part of what you do, brother. So practicing those principles religiously, consistently, I would say is what spirituality would entail. And yeah, I'll just leave it there.
Okay. Appreciate you, Sister Anita. I got you up next.
Have to unmute myself again. I guess I was coming in on because I thought we were moving on to the focus in terms of what are you leaving behind? And I'm on a leaving a legacy kick right now because I'm at the threshold of transitioning from being a full-time educator to being a retired educator. And having had a conversation with my colleagues, they're like, well, what are you going to do? I said, my last few years, I want to leave a legacy of systems and resources in place so that those behind me can continue the work that I have begun. And that means the teachers that I worked with, the students that I taught, and the students I'm teaching at the university level. That's at my vocational level. But at the personal level, I look at my children and I look at their villages and their friends and so forth. And I think to myself, if I close my eyes tomorrow, what have I left them to move forward with? And when we talk about legacy, that's what I'm envisioning. It's like starting with my circle again, starting with me. What am I leaving behind? And whatever you're doing, look at yourself as being from a personal and then a professional standpoint. Where is your legacy? What is your legacy? What are you leaving behind? What will they say for you at your eulogy? Think about that. What will people have to say about what you left when you left this earth? I'm of a firm mindset to leave a place better than how I found it. And that's what drives me vocationally and personally. And I think I just wanted to answer your question about what are you leaving behind? Because I know I need to go and get ready because I have Dr. Aiden's class later today.
Yes.
So, I mean, we got a little while, but I did want to get that in there to have everybody think about that. regardless of what career or vocation you have, your legacy isn't just what you can do at your family level. What can you do with the people you work with day in and day out? What legacy are you leaving there? What will they say about you? And I'm not saying whether they like you or anything like that, but what legacy are you leaving? I'm blessed to be an educator. My legacy, I'm just like, that's probably the best way I know of to leave a legacy with the future is as an educator. So I guess I was just leaving with that. It's like to have everybody think about their legacy, vocationally and professional and personally. I want to say personally and professionally. Okay.
I love it. I love it. Is it Tarina? Please correct me, sister, if I'm totally
You're correct, Mr. Taylor. First, I want to say thank you for the webinar on Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service, my favorite day, next to my birthday.
I love it. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome. That's how I learned about you. I saw the ad on Facebook, and my mom
Wait, say that again. You saw what?
the ad.
I'm sorry, I can't help myself. That's it.
It's okay. I admire you. You held your tongue for that long. I was like, wow, this man is very thoughtful. Wow.
I tried. And it just came out. So, I do apologize for being a bit nasty, but not for what I said.
Tactfully said it, and it was right on. But yeah, I really love and admire Dr. King, and I believe that stems from my religion. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist Christian, where the two greatest commandments is love the Lord thy God. That's covered commandments 1 through 4, and the last 6 covers love thy neighbor as you love yourself. Our religion shapes our character. We either love ourselves or we love our neighbor just as much as we love ourselves. So religion is a very important part. I invited a lot of people to this webinar because I really appreciated how you were bringing out the importance of Black-owned business and the food for thought of leaving a legacy behind.
Yes.
Our father likes, a father's greatest achievement is having their children, but then what do you leave your children with? And mothers likewise. And those of us who don't have children, it's the nieces, our nephews, when we die, like Dr. Lewis says, what will I be remembered by? That's the greatest achievement we could ever make. You brought out time, talent, and treasure. That's stewardship that we believe. We all invest in some sort of thing, our time, our talents, and the money that we can. And those of us who don't have money, there's other forms of stewardship, using the talents that God gave us. Someone said religion is man-made. We're made in God's image, not to do whatever. We're here to live a life of service. My motto is live, love, and serve, just like Jesus did. And when we do that, we leave a legacy behind. I believe also that we are the change we wish to see. This conversation will continue to go all over the place, but if we make a target of what problem do we want to address at this one, and throw out discussion, throw out different ideas, I really believe that each meeting will build upon each other. Like, oh, Dr. Lewis, did you look into such and such? Oh, Miss Robertson, Miss Hartman, this is where we left off. When we were living in New Jersey, we regularly attended township council meetings where the mayor and the township council and the township manager met, and there would be an opportunity of public comments, and we would be given 4 minutes to ask a question, but also, build from there. You have to build relationships with people who are of an authority. Not everyone, will meet you at where you're at, but you have to start somewhere. You can't claim defeat. You have to try. God didn't create us with a spirit of fear. He says he'll meet us where we're at. So if we throw in the towel in the beginning and say, just because this person is there and this person is there, that means we won't get anywhere. No. Our ancestors had so many different problems. So who are we to think that we won't have just as much? But look at all the different things we had. Did they have the internet? Did they have this resource? Did they have that resource? No, they had little or nothing, but look at all the great achievements that they were able to do. So we should make them proud and follow in their footsteps. I really love the different products that you have. And I think one of the solutions is that take away those phones, take away this TikTok and all this other stuff that are diverting our tomorrow's leaders from the attention that they need to have, and really, give them these at a much earlier age. The more they know, the better they'll be. More knowledge, more power. There are countries that have so little to nothing. We went to Cuba, we went to Haiti, they went to the Dominican Republics. They have so much less than we do, but they have that drive, and that's what we need to give to each other, especially to the children. Be the change we wish to see. And the more we live at a younger age, we can't, turn the back on ourselves. Like, I wish I had done much more reading and stuff like that, but I can't do that now. But instead, I can instill that with the children of my church and be the change we wish to see. Thank you.
No, I love that. And thank you. Yeah, thank you. Dr. Nita's giving you a round of applause, by the way. That's
God be the glory. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us in the MLK thing. Thank you for inviting people to come and join us in this conversation. We definitely appreciate good people sharing us and glad to hear that, you like the work that we're doing. So I definitely want to say thank you. I appreciate you. But good points to the conversation. And Brother David dropped in the comments, this is speaking as a religious person who's practicing true religion, right? But it's a practice, right? So notice, I didn't say nothing to her, right? Like, y'all know, I normally be like, hey, don't bring the religion. Let's keep it out of the conversation. But that was fruitful. That was definitely, this is what we're talking about. That's good. That's not offensive to anybody. She didn't tell you what you're not going to do and all of this, but she spoke as a person who practices what she's learning and the lessons that she's getting. So thank you for that ministry, sister. I definitely appreciate it. Sister Gwen, come on into the discussion.
So to get back to what we can do, and thank you so much, because again, everyone who spoke, Dr. Anita, and the young lady that just finished speaking, thank you so much. And I don't want to say but, because that's not negating anything that anybody has said. And I want to say that I think I said this at the Martin Luther King piece, and I keep thinking that was a while ago. That was just last Monday, and it just seems like that was like a month ago from what we have been through in the week. But anyway, one of the things that we can do, and this goes along with Dr. Lewis's, Nita Lewis's piece about legacy. Everybody on here either knows a child, or either you know a child, have a grown child, have grandchildren. And getting back to urban intellectuals, we have a class for children. We should be, at least if you cannot pay for, and it costs, because Freddie was talking about who he pays me. And I've done things, relatively, because I love to do things, but, I'm glad that things had moved along a little bit with the payment or what have you. And it takes time to prepare lessons and everything. We're all working hard, and we're trying to work to make sure that our lessons are, first of all, that, our facts are straight, our lessons are interesting, we take the time, and so on and so forth. But one of the things you can do is sponsor a child. If you have children, then let them join the Sankofa. It's really, well, we're calling it the Sankofa Nation now, but the lesson part is the Sankofa Club. But the overall, the Sankofa, the children's classes are Wednesday at 7 and Fridays around 7. Sometimes the time varies. With my class, they get the history and the connective piece of how this history connects to them. We're on Dr. Martin Luther King, and it is connecting so greatly to right now. So they are really getting a firsthand lesson on I hate to say this, but what Jim Crow kind of looked like. I was trying to tell them, but now they're seeing it and experiencing it. I was telling them I'm so sorry that they had to. I had rather tell them about it, but the lessons are consistent. We meet every Wednesday, and our age range is about 7. I think we even have some younger children from that listen in from the new Queen's family. But we have, so my lessons are history, African and African American history. Mr. Damon's lessons incorporate the African aspect, but his lessons also teach a social emotional learning. So that's so important. It teaches them all of the things that you were talking about, how to walk rightly in this world. I do it too, but he also re-emphasizes it in the social emotional learning aspect. And then the children have their own nation called the Sankofa Nation, and we just worked on what the definition is. Uh, I don't want to misquote it, but it's basically saying, looking back, we look to our history to and honor our ancestors as we walk confidently into the future to make the world a better place. So they came up with this, and their lesson Wednesday was, this is how Dr. King and all of the people for the Southern Christian Leadership Conference work together. So they were putting in actions exactly what they had learned, and it was a great lesson for them because they were actually doing exactly what Dr. King was doing. And so with the Sankofa Nation, we just had a coronation, an election and a coronation of our new kings and queens. They lead, I've said this so many times, but we started this in 2020. This is going on 5 years now. We started this in 2020 because of the COVID, and the kids heard about Marcus Garvey. He wanted to start his own nation, and so the children said, why not start our own nation? And that's how the Sankofa Nation developed. They decided that they wanted to have kings and queens that were on had equal power instead of president and vice president. The Maya are our laws. The Sankofa symbol that you see that I have is the flag. We have our anthem, national anthem, international anthem, because Sankofa is international, and we have had exceptional kings and queens. And so we have new kings and queens, and now we have co-regents, which are 2 kings and 2 queens working together so that they could kind of take the work off of one person. And that's what the nation had decided to do. So they're putting in action what they've learned about the ancient African ancient African kings, queens, and empires. And so and that's just one aspect. The children have learned so much in these last 5 years. We have over 300 lessons, some that are that we did as on video, and then the other classes started live. I think that was in 2022. So we have that aspect. Of course, we have the cards and the play cards, the regular cards, and many other things that people can purchase. But what I really want to emphasize is that it's really important that one of the things we can do is sponsor a child or sponsor children, or get your children to come to the Sankofa Club. They would be learning about their history, building their self-esteem, and as they said, walking with confidence into the future. That there's AI coming, and so and then for the adults, you do have time. There's a class coming up in the next couple of almost a half an hour from now.
5 minutes.
For that is coming up on Saturday. I mean, this tonight. So Dr. Aiden teaches that class. And so if you don't know, that is what you can do, because after you learn, you can teach others. So we're talking about getting ourselves together. That's a way in which we can get ourselves together, get our children together, our families together, and ourselves together. I'm through.
Yeah, thank you for that, Sister Gwen. And look, I got a surprise for y'all. Y'all done all stuck around. We gonna do something crazy, right? We ain't never did this before. Don't tell nobody. Don't you share what I'm about to give you. Don't disrespect me, right? I just got fired up. But check this out. We're gonna invite you to Dr. Aiden's class tonight that starts at the top of the hour, right? So we've never had 9 members in there. I want you to see the work that's being done. Sister Gwen, I wish it was your class tonight, right? Like that we did this, but Dr. Aiden is teaching. So we're gonna give you access for free, absolutely free. I'm gonna drop this link in here for you to see Dr. Aiden. It starts. Go ahead, sis. Oh, I thought I heard you.
I just said that was awesome. That's awesome. They can see, it's one thing to tell people, it's another thing to see. That's awesome.
Yeah. So peek your head in and listen to, Sister Gwen got over 35 years of Black history experience teaching inside of schools and churches and education. Dr. Aiden has a PhD in history, African history, right? Global history. So you're going to check it out. So his class is tonight. I'm unclear on exactly what he's teaching, Sister Tamiko. If you're available, let me know. But you can poke your head in there. That first link that I put in there is you want to become a member, right? So we teach 4 live Black history classes over the Zoom class. Sister Gwen is one of the instructors and Dr. Aiden is the other. So I'm gonna give you a quick peek. Now you're only gonna get 1 free. Now, like, listen, you can come check it out. I know y'all been hanging out with me for a long time, but if you want to do a deeper dive into it, then you can go ahead and click this link. That's going to be your link to get in for free. Again, don't share it, right? Don't share it. We ask you to share in this space. You can bring this out, but this is a paid activity. So you get in there, please be respectful. They'll remove you if you're not, but you're going to get a chance to see behind the curtain, right? So I think that's a good opportunity. So please check that out. We're not playing. Listen. We're looking for what's the solutions? What's this? What's that? Listen, I don't know if you understand all of the things that we do inside of Urban Intellectuals. We are handling a lot of these solutions. The things that we're looking for, we've been building as an organization, networking with brilliant people like Sister Gwen, Dr. Aiden, Mr. Damon, and all the other people that we connect in and around. And it's working, right? So we're pouring into our next gen. We're not only pouring into our next gen, ourselves, excuse me. We're not only pouring into ourselves with history and culture and understanding and connection and empowerment. We're doing that for children as well. We do a lot in the organization. This ain't a game, right? And again, I'm going to show up bigger because I've been playing around. I'm not playing no more. We about to get this, but please click the link. Enjoy the class. If you enjoy it, you get value from it. Click the other link and become a member and continue to support this thing that we say we want, we say we about. But if you ain't gonna put no money in it, you ain't put your money where your mouth is, these things go away. I was just sharing with somebody that I was telling you I was at this organization last week pouring into learning about my business. The level that I'm in the mastermind is $75,000 a year, right? I'm not playing no more, right? We showing up, we gonna show out where I invest in myself. So the fact that you're getting this free, you take advantage of it or don't. It's gonna go away. We're gonna continue to roll and build this thing out, but I invest in me. So please don't come on my page, don't come in our activities and be talking about why ain't this free? Because it wasn't free to get your attention, right? If it was free, it's free to get. You could have got this, but you can go to the library and go get all of the information, but most people don't. So I found professionals that care enough to synthesize the information and present it in a way that it makes sense, is relevant, fun, is interesting, and you're doing that with other people who are also interested in these things too, right? Building that community out. We're not playing around no more, right? I'm not playing around no more. And it like, listen, you're not gonna get free from me. You can get this for free, but when we go deeper, it's gonna cost. It just costs money to do these things, right? And if you don't understand that, you're not our people. We're looking for the ready, willing, and able, not everybody. All right. So anyway, free class tonight, right? So you check that out. Y'all was hanging out with me all these hours. I got a little nasty. So maybe I feel bad, right? So this is me trying to be friendly, be nice, but I want you to be exposed to what is happening. We're not talking. We're not talking. You might not like the things that we put together and the solutions, and you want us to do it differently. I encourage you to go build that organization. I encourage you to go do it. But we're not just talking. Just because you don't know all the things that we do, we support, and like what we're building and behind, we're not talking. Come analyze the organization, see what we're doing. I genuinely believe, I did the speech on Wednesday to talk to my mastermind, right? I genuinely believe that Black history and culture understanding is the missing key in our community. We talk about a torn up community, why we like this, our family is broken down and all of that. We don't know who we are. We don't appreciate the ancestors for what they have done. We don't understand the historical contributions of Black and African people to humanity. And if you did, you would value your life. You would value your opportunity. You would value the sisters and brothers, not only in your family, but around you, because you know that you are precious. You know that you are important, and you know that you got the capacity to do everything that we need. But you don't understand is the ancestors are expecting you to deliver. And nobody has ever tapped you on the shoulder and applied the pressure of greatness. If you was born to make manifest the glory of God that's within you, oh, you weren't ready for that. You ain't know, brother. Y'all think Brother Freddie an atheist because I don't talk about my religion. I don't talk about my spirituality. I talk about empowerment. You don't actually know me. You just know I silence that conversation because it causes separation in the community. We got to stay focused. But if you understand your history and your culture, you look at everything differently. And this is what's missing. We got lax because y'all, my daddy always say, once a Black man got a Cadillac and a microwave, there was nothing you could tell him. He made it. This the land of milk and honey. He got a Cadillac and a microwave, man. Listen, we done made it. Now you got these cell phones and y'all wearing Prada and all of this other stuff, whatever you doing, right? You think you made it. You don't understand that this is a long and arduous fight that goes back thousands of years. But when you're able to make that connection, you start to get it. You start to move a bit different. And I just know that people who have that understanding and appreciation, they're different people. Because if you're here, if you're in the program already, you know it. You know you different. You know you appreciate your opportunity. You know you got to pour into the next generation. You're adamant about them understanding it. Well, what if those people got together and started to work together? So we use Black history and culture to have a conversation to attract like-minded people. So then we can start to move to the next phase of development where we can start to work together. But we need to attract the right people. How do you attract the right people? We talk history and culture. Then when those people show up and they serious, okay, now we can start to organize those people together with ourselves. Again, you might not like my methodology. You might not like my conversation. You might not like me. That's fine. You can move along. I am who I am because I know my people. I know my ancestors. I know where I'm from. I know we got work to do. I know I'm part of the solution. They're expecting me to do that. This is how I envision it. That don't mean it's right. That don't mean you gotta agree. But I'm all in on it. I tell anybody that listen, I'm delusional enough to believe it is the solution. And if you disagree, don't wake me up. Don't wake me up. We're going to change the world one mind at a time, one person at a time. And I believe this. I'm not in this to make money. I like money. I'm going to get money. We're going to build a wealth in our family. But I believe we can change the world. I was challenged. At the mastermind from one of our coaches. And I'm just being transparent today, right? I don't know where all of this is coming from or why I'm even doing this. But I've been unmotivated the last few years. And he asked me a question. He said, when was the last time that you remember like having it all together? Like, okay, I won't do that because that's going to make me cry. I'll go back to my child. He said, when in your childhood do you remember? And I remember 8-year-old Freddie. 8-year-old Freddie will be appreciative of what we've built out, but he would be disappointed because I haven't leaned into this opportunity. I'm one of those people who things just work out for me. No matter what I do, it's going to work out. I laugh and I joke offline. God loves me. God loves me. It just works out. And I know that. And that's the arrogance that I carry with it. God loves me, but what if God loved me and I leaned in? What if God loved me and I tried? What if God loved me and I took all this time, talent, skill, and ability and I really applied it and really tried to move the needle? That's where I'm at now. We going. Y'all gonna get a different Freddie. I hope you're ready. Buckle up, baby. Let's get it. All right, I'm gonna be quiet for a moment. You got the link in there, the free class that starts in 26 minutes. And I'm stopping at 20 minutes so Dr. Aiden has space and time for what he's doing. And the ancestors are telling me I needed to say this. I got to stand in this greatness. I'm going to stop playing small. We going. You can view me as arrogant. You can view me as ignorant. You can do what you want, but you won't stop me, right? We're going to build this thing together. I got great people like Sister Gwen, Dr. Aiden, Sister Tamiko, and the rest of the team, and all of y'all that really are genuinely behind us. I'm going to drop the link one more time. We going. You're going to love it. I know we got the solution. We got the antidote. I got to do better as a leader. I got to do better as training and my team internally, externally. I got to do better at marketing. I got a lot of growing to do. It's okay. I'm up for the challenge. You ready to ride? You ain't going to like everything I do, but if you ready to ride, let's ride. But listen, we coming for the ready, willing, and able, and we going to make the difference. We ain't got a choice. The ancestors living up to we got to live up to the expectation. I'll Brother David, I'm gonna land my plane here.
Can I just encourage you?
I would land my plane here. I dare you to live up to the expectations of your ancestors. I dare you. I'm taking that challenge. I dare you to join. Brother Manners, come on into the discussion. And I got Sister Tarina. Did I blow that?
I thought that lady is saying something to you.
Yeah. I just wanted to encourage you, Sir Freddie.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to encourage you. You're doing great work, and I wouldn't believe me. I wouldn't be on this call this long if I didn't think so.
I believe it.
And I think you're doing great work, and you're teaching African American history. And one of my aunts, when she passed away, she said, "Start an African American Saturday school." So you're on top of things. You're really doing a great job.
Thank you.
I just encourage you to keep on and amp up if you have to. Like I said, keep going. You're on fire. And I'm getting my Sunday school shirt and a couple of T-shirts, and I'm gonna get some kids in these classes, and I'm gonna help because this is what it is. This is what we need. And I was listening to this lady on a black lady talk about how we have to move differently in these times. Like we gotta have some black spaces. just for us.
Real talk.
And that's what we got. And she was talking about saying Kofa. I said, oh, she talking about the Indika symbol of the looking back. I said, this lady's talking about Indika. She was telling her history. And she was in Germany. She grew up in Germany. She said, I know that guy did that with a Nazi sign. She said, that was Nazi sign. Elon Musk. She said, I grew up in Germany, black woman. But that's what we need to do is to teach our children, start with our families, start with our circles, our networks, like you're doing. I can't wait to get into this class. This is great.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, sister. I definitely appreciate you saying that.
You're doing the right thing. And then you got us here on Sunday dinner, and you were kind of harsh on the senior.
I was.
I understand, and I'm a senior too, but I understand that. But you gotta tell them because you gotta tell us because we try to take over. We think we know everything. We don't know everything. We come and learn from you, y'all. But anyway, keep doing what you're doing. You got a good team, and you get those trips to Africa. This is where it's at.
I do think so.
This is where it's at.
I appreciate you, sister. Thank you.
My name is William Kennedy. I like to be added to the educational side of things.
You mean you want to come to the class and?
No. I'm a blessed parent. Both my kids graduated from Harvard grad school. My granddaughter just graduated from Brown Phi Beta Kappa magna cum laude.
Congratulations, brother. Talking about legacy. I'm sorry to stop you. Please continue.
I have put over 30,000 Black people on khanacademy.org. So education is my thing, and I love to participate.
Oh, excellent. Tamiko, can I get you to reach out to Brother William Kennedy? William, I'm gonna inbox you.
Yes.
Tamiko's contact. That's how we can get down and get started, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. I think I got Brother Manis, then Sister Tarina.
Yes. What he was talking about, the four pillars, one of the pillars, when we talk about education, as we begin to build a bridge from Africa back to America, we will be able to move forward, Fred. So don't be concerned about that. I just need you to step up in the CEO position, if you understand where I'm coming from,
yes, I do.
And let us work for you. And when I say work for you, I'm not talking about you as an individual. I'm talking about for the organization, so we can build an organization. I would not be in here because I'm an ex-millionaire myself. I wouldn't be in here if I didn't think you was on the right track.
Thank you, brother.
Let's make that clear. I'm an introvert. I'm well established. And I'm just saying that because I'm just a Gullah Geechee from South Carolina. So I'm not into the accolades and all that stuff. My main point, I'm saying this to my people: we have everything we need. We just need to put that steering committee, and then we can have our four pillars. Now, I'm gonna be coming hard and heavy on Friday because Friday we're gonna do some dancing. I don't care if you're 100 years old or 2 years old. We're gonna be playing some music because we have plenty music that our people created, going back to the drums. And I'm saying that for a reason here, so we can relax. That's what I'm gonna be throwing down on Friday, for us to listen to and communicate with each other. But very briefly, I want you to know you're on the right track, brother. Go ahead and drop the bomb. Pull your team together. Pull the team together, because we are talking, as I said before, we talking over $2 billion. On what we can do. I know what we can do. Now, let me give you a quick example. When you put that sign up when you was in Atlanta, I was very impressed with that. And a lot of people need to look at that sign. Yes, and you was on there in position, regardless of at the top or the bottom, it does not matter. You was in the room. But the main point is that I was very impressed the way it was set up. That's what we can do. We have the ability to do everything. And I wish everybody take the time out to look at the movie once again, Hidden Figures. We'll be talking about other things, but Hidden Figures speak, says volume, speak volume. But in closing, brother, much love and respect to my people. And there's a time and place for religion. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you, brother. I'm gonna drop down in the comments the video of like the conference if y'all want to check it out. And just see what brother Manis is referring to. Conference. My spelling is off. Conference. I just do that. I attended. Sister Tarina, come on in while I'm stutter stepping over here.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Taylor. I amen to what Miss Deborah Mitchell said about how she really appreciates the work that you do and commends you for the great things that you're doing and the many lives that you're touching, past, present, and future. God's has great plans for you. And you may already know this, but January is National Mentoring Month. And now more than ever, children need as many role models as possible. It's not necessarily present from athletes, musicians, and the list goes on. They need to know about their ancestor who did great things with little. And maybe that would be a great time to maybe have a promo video, and whether it be their aunts, their grandparents, and so forth, can put like a package together and or promote the class that we'll be able to attend tonight and give people encouragement. Be that change, or you may not be able to see that child on a regular basis, but they can learn through these classes about so many great men and women.
Yes. I love that. Thank you for that, sister.
You're welcome. I've always wanted to aspire to have my own business, and learning about yours, maybe revisit that dream. Or can you put your email address, and maybe I could send you questions and so forth, or give me a guide. You can be a mentor to me.
I'm gonna inbox you Sister Tamiko's info.
Okay.
She controls everything I do. I'm really just a puppet. She's the puppet master. No, but she controls my schedule and all of that. So she'll make sure. Tamiko, could you make sure? I'm sorry, I don't want to speak to you like that. Could you make sure?
For everything. God bless you and the rest of the Urban Intellectual team.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And to the sister that said I was a bit harsh on the senior, I did, but it wasn't really. I wasn't really talking to her.
You weren't harsh.
Drop the bomb on them seniors.
Yeah. I wasn't really talking to her, right? I was really just trying to set the precedent to be like, okay, we can't let this get out of control, right? Like this can't be a normal thing for everyone to be doing. So anyway, we moving past that. The moving finger writes and moves on, right? So we are moving beyond that. But listen, I hope you take advantage of jumping into class today. I am going to stop in 10 minutes, right? So I'll give you space for some final thoughts. If anybody want to jump into the conversation, but legacy is what we're talking about moving forward. Tamiko, we'll run back a similar conversation and actually talk about it. But I gotta stop bringing up the administration because we got a lot, and I know we need space to get it out. But let's use that as fuel. Right, this is our chance. This is our opportunity. If you got anything to say, I'm open. You can raise your hand and come in. But this is our chance. This is our opportunity. People are paying attention right now. And Brother David said it earlier. I know Brother Manis talks about it. We all talk about it, right? We should have did this 40, 50, 100 years ago. We should have stayed focused, right? But this is our moment now. But is it going to be 40, 50, 100 years from now? We're going to be like looking back? Well, excuse me, the young people.
I did not say that. I had never said that.
Come on, brother, jump in.
I'm with you. No, you're good to go. The most important thing is where we are right now.
Yes.
And where we go from here. Now, we are about to move forward here. So those who are ready to go, let's go. Those who sitting back on their butt waiting to see what's going on, stay right there. I ain't mad with you. And those who are just totally lost, wake your ass up. Thank you.
I wonder how you feel about it. No, that's good. That's good. Listen, I want to see y'all in the class tonight. I know. Well, we've been here 2 hours, right? So you gotta make your decision, right? But I think if you're in, I know a lot of our members are on you stumble into the room, you're gonna enjoy what you see, right? But I would love for you to get a sneak peek. Sometimes we talk about that. Sometimes we talk about doing this or whatnot. So it's just a good night, and y'all rock with us all day, right? On a different time for Sunday dinner and all that good stuff. But we're not gonna stop. Like we coming. We coming. I'm gonna get better as a leader. I'm gonna improve. The org is gonna improve. The movement is gonna improve. Our outputs are gonna improve. Everything is going up, right? I'm ready to lean in, and I apologize for playing in y'all face. Right? I was around the young people, man. They got me using their language now, right? I'm the hip uncle. I think if you
Where's the
call
mother?
yourself the hip uncle, you're
Where'd the
probably
mother
not that.
go?
I'm sorry, sister. Say it again.
Where'd Miss Dale go? She still here?
I don't know. I probably ran her off. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say it. Most people don't say what's on their mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. You might not like what I'm gonna say, but she's showing up like a taker, right? And then she want to leave because I called her out. Well, don't be nasty. Don't abuse the platform. Right now, you mad because I said I don't know what she is, but anyway,
Fred,
it's
you
not
ain't
really
got time
about
for
her.
that.
It's
You ain't
not
got
really
time
about
for that.
her. What it is about
You ain't
respect.
got time for that, Fred. You ain't
Yeah,
got
we ain't
time.
got time for that, right? It's about
Come on,
respect,
man.
do.
right? So
And it's
we
not like
don't.
you called out her name either. You were very respectful and tactful the way you did it. So don't be.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Y'all know we always second guess what we do, right? So
Yep. It could have
anyway,
been anybody.
we moving forward. You know, like I said, I like to enjoy myself. I like to have fun, but I don't like people take advantage of things. Not even me. I would say it on your platform, right? But here's something else though. Here's something else. I'll try to end quickly with a little
All
story,
right.
right? So we were leaning out. All right, Tamiko got the links down in the comments and all that good stuff for the class that starts at the top of the hour, right? But I'll close with this. Um, so yesterday was the last day of the conference, and then the conference is over. It's a lot of networking. You know, we in the hotel lobby hanging out. A lot of black women, a lot of black men hanging out. So as the night goes longer and longer, I went to bed at like probably 4:35 this morning, right? Took a couple of hours sleep, go to the airport, then I flew in, and now I'm here, right? So I'm committed to this. Number one. Number two, I want to say this because we got to be the solution in our community. Nobody's gonna help us. Nobody gonna save us. Nobody gonna protect our women. Nobody gonna step up. And if you see something, say something. And what I'm getting at is, as the numbers started to dwindle down in the lobby of the hotel, we was in the Avalon Hotel in
Yeah, nice
Alpharetta,
place.
Georgia. If you
Nice
know the
place.
nice place, beautiful
Yes,
place,
sir.
like
Yes, sir.
so we're in there hanging out, you know, laughing. You know, it's the last like, oh man, it's good to see you again. All these people, I've been in this organization since 2018, right? So like these are genuinely my friends, and it's a great community. So the stuff is dwindling down. Is me, a couple of brothers are in there, and a couple of sisters, and people are coming down, you know, with their suitcases. They're getting ready, you know, calling their Ubers and all of this stuff, right? So I try to be observant of the environment, and I'm just looking around. The bar had closed, and I see this brother sitting in like on one of the bar stools just watching the scene, right? And I don't know why I noticed him, but I did, right? He had on like a all light gray sweatsuit and he was watching, but he wasn't part of the conference, right? It was obvious because if he was part of the conference, he would have been in the discussion. Anyway, keep that in mind. So he's over there, and then like we're talking, you know, 30 minutes go by, an hour go by, people are like coming in. We're like, you know, y'all know I'm a ham. I like to have fun, right? So then I noticed a little bit later that the brother moved like over here, right? But he's still just like standing there, isolated, solo, watching. A lot of black women traveling alone, doing their thing or whatever. And then eventually the brother came over and said, hey, because I ain't got my bags, right? I'm not leaving. It's the sisters waiting on their time or whatever they're doing, but they got their bag. It's clear they're leaving. And he says, hey, you know, I can take you to the airport for half the price of that Uber's gonna charge you, blah, blah, blah. He put his price up like $100, right? Or whatever it was. And one of the sisters was like, said something about it being more than or whatever, but it like dawned on me how odd that was, right? That single women, single being single traveling women, are got their bags and they about to leave, and then you've been creeping, watching from a distance in different places. So I said something, and I snapped a little bit today. I snapped on the brother because I'm like, listen, brother, I don't know if you up to something or not, but I'm gonna tell you that this is strange, it's weird, it's creepy. I saw you over here. I'm watching you watch, and then you're clearly not affiliated with the hotel, because at the front desk when the sisters was checking out, they would have said something. This is weird. I don't know what you up to, but no, get the hell away from us, right? And eventually he leaves. He walks away too. I don't know what he was up to. I don't know if he was up to anything. But I said something, and the sisters appreciated it, and they're like thanking me for saying something. And I try to be gracious, and that's cool. But my mama and daddy said, if you see something, say something. Ain't nobody else gonna save our sisters in the community. We can't
Yeah.
wait for them to get snatched and then be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. If you don't speak up, if you don't got the balls, if you don't got the intestinal fortitude, you ain't got the confidence, the toughness, or something, go whisper to the front desk then. If you can't speak to it in his face, but you got to say something. Ain't nobody gonna save our brothers and sisters. Don't be a silent accomplice. If you suspect it, you feel it, you get that inkling, you can call it God, you can call it the ancestors, you can call it whatever, but call it out. And they were thanking me, but I said, if I don't say nothing, what happened when my sister is in that room and somebody abducts her? Nobody speaks up. I
That's
don't
right.
want nothing to happen to them sisters. I damn sure don't want nothing to happen to my sisters. But if you don't set the precedent and let young people and the men around you know that this is the standard, you better say something. And if you don't want to say nothing, that ain't how you operate, then we're probably never gonna vibe well together.
That's right.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. Now it's time for us to live up to that creed and challenge people around you to do the same. So I end with this. I dare you to live up to the expectations of your ancestors, and protection, not only of womanhood, but protection of our children, our community, our family, our ideas, our infrastructure, our assets is all a part of that. But you got to step up and you got to challenge people to make the same steps towards greatness.
That's right.
All right. Y'all know I spin and keep going. So I'm going to stop right there.
Pass
But
the
hopefully you
plate.
take.
Pass the plate. Pass the plate.
Man, I need that jacket, man. I need that jacket, man. I got some money. I got some money, man.
That's some money. That's some money there. They'll agree.
Yeah, I want that jacket, man.
Sister say pass the plate. Yeah. No, yeah, we gonna get it all together. Brother Manis is coming. I get it. I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna get it together. Thank you, sister.
Pass the plate. Man, you too old for that. You got
But
to learn how
we
you got to
got
drop it like it's hot. You got to drop it like it's hot.
We got this, but don't we got this, right? I believe in the supreme intelligence and the goodness of our community. Let's just challenge one another to live up to the ethos, right? If you believe in your God and you got your thing going, then honor him with action. Honor her with action. Right? I can get my language right. Honor her with action. And just be the change. Who said it? Somebody said it earlier. Be the change we want to see in the world, right? So hopefully y'all enjoyed Sunday dinner tonight. Grandma giving me the eyeball because I'm running over
sir.
again. But the link is in the comments for the free Black History class. It's not free. I'm sorry. You're just getting access today to see what is happening inside. Hopefully you decide to join. Tamiko, if you could, when we get in there, ask Dr. Aiden to drop the link for people to sign up towards the end. I know you're going to like what we're doing. When you get in on the back end, it's even better than what you're about to see. But hopefully you enjoy it. I thank y'all for being here tonight. I apologize. I got a little, what they say, blame it on my passion, not my heart. But we got work to do, and I'm going to challenge you to be great. and hopefully you continue to learn, grow, and bring other people to us in this movement. We not playing. We done playing. Like we coming for everything our ancestors deserved and more with interest.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all, man. Until what y'all know, let me give you at least give you my tagline. As I always say here at Urban Intellectuals, until next time, good people, love, peace, and power to the people.
Peace.
We out.
Thank you so much.
I had an inbox. I gotta see my inbox. All right. I appreciate y'all, man. This was good. I was fired up today. All right, got all of that. We good. All right. Peace and blessings. Hopefully you take advantage